Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Leeds View for the watch along for Red Bull Leipzig against Leeds United. First time we've done this on YouTube. We'll see how it goes. My overlay is slightly off. Let me fix that because that's a little bit out of. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm still learning bits, by the way, on this. This is the first time I've had to build overlays and stuff like that. So do bear with me. We will be back on bigup.com once that platform gets sorted out. As you can see from the scores, I was just testing things out, so we're still 0-0. So Leeds are being yellow for this. I'll make that a little bit bigger as well. But yeah, hope you're all doing really, really well. This will be an interesting game. It'll be interesting to see how this watch along goes as well, because it is the first time. And as we normally do this on bigup.com, the same will be here. If you do want to have a chat with us in the comments, for the live chat, you do need to be subscribed to the channel to do that. So I think that's only fair to ask. So, and I'll just get the timer in the middle there as well. Right, the chat box is slowly loading. There we go. On there, I'm gonna just make that a little bit smaller. See, we're learning here, lads. We're learning. And to the regulars, by the way, over on bigup.com, great to see us over here as well. But we will go back to Big Up once the platform is updated. The lads have taken it down for a little bit while they're working on some bits, and everything seems to be working smoothly and relatively well so far. But we do have a couple of people in the chat. I'm gonna just jump in. I can't put your comments on screen, but you will see them in the chat box as they come in. Joe Donahue here. Hi, Jer, over here today. Early flight from Dublin, and it is mental pre-match in the Peacock. Trying to locate Matty from Imagine Not Being Leeds. He'll be around there somewhere. Check around the back of the cop as well. That's where Matty will be. Match build-up is available on Red Bull TV. Yeah, by the way, it's completely free on LUTV. So if you go onto leedsunited.com, you'll see watch for free, and you can watch it in there. I'm gonna have to change that chat box because it's not letting your comments stay there long enough. Let me just have a quick play around with that. See if we can make that a little bit clearer and better for you. So I'd like to say here we go. See if that makes a difference. I don't know if it will. If it doesn't make a difference, it doesn't. I'll try and fix it anyway. Stephen's asking how you get it on Red Bull TV. It's also available on Red Bull TV, but if you do want to get it from LUTV, you can. It is completely free. So you can check that out over there. No sign-ups needed, nothing like that. Just click watch for free and boom, game's there. And it won't be switching off before kickoff. So that didn't work on the chat box. See, we're learning stuff here. We're learning for sure. Let's get that high delay up there to 9 minutes and we'll see if that makes any kind of a difference on the chat box at all. Okay, who else is here? Yeah, no James Trafford in the starting line, but I'll go through that in a few minutes' time on why that is. 2-0 already, get in. Yeah, no, yeah, I forgot to change that part when I downloaded it. Learning. Pierre's here. Hello, Pierre. Hope you're well. Danny says, is it free on Red Bull TV? If anyone wants it, it is. Lou Owens says, hey, Jer, first time on YouTube. Should do this more often. I do these on bigup.com for every single game, including the under 21 matches. I like Big Up. We've got a pretty cool community of people over there as well. So I do like doing that over there. So but you can check it out if you want to. You can come and join over. It's completely free. You don't get adverts on bigup.com. You do get them here, but we will do a couple here. I basically had to learn how to do all this stuff this week. Thanks to my Claude AI for teaching me that. Some good use for some AIs. But that got us to there. Samster says, hello to the Irish. Can you call me anybody else except him? Anybody else? I'll take Patrick Stewart. Daryl Harris says 2-0 once to go. I know, yeah, I know. Is the sound an issue? Is the sound an issue? I don't think the sound is an issue, but let me know if the sound is off. The sound is bad. Late here. You're very quiet, Jer. It's a bit quiet. Okay. I am watching. Let me jump on YouTube real quick. Higher your volume up because I'm listening to it on YouTube here and it sounds okay. But it's a bit low. I'll higher it up a little bit. Give me 1 sec. I'll just bring up the gain on this a small bit. Let me know if that's gotten a little bit louder. I'll bring this up as well. It's pretty loud on the dials, but you can let me know. Danny's saying the sound is okay. You might need to just higher up your volume a little bit. I don't want to scream into the microphone. And I do get excited when we score goals, so, you know, that's possible as well. But if you are new here and you want to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the subscribe button and the normal things on YouTube. And to one or two people that will go, well, but you didn't do anything yet for us to press the like button. It just helps the video get it to more people, you know. And if you've been around here for a while, you know what we do. You know what we do. Sound is fine, says Cleve. Sound is fine to me. Sound is good. Jer, the screen looks fine. And this watch along will be fine looking for. Oh, great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Audio coming out the right ear. Ah, okay. So it's only coming out one earpiece. I mean, I'd like to be able to tell you I know how to fix that. But unless you're familiar with OBS, muffled now. God, we can't get this right at all, can we? Okay. That's probably it's better. It's better. They replaced the Flamingo Land Sports with Boyle Sports. They did, yeah, because they're giving Leeds a ton of money. Singers as check out the speakers. No, we won't be doing that. I'm sorry. All looks good. Sounds fine to me. Oh, please hype afterwards. Yeah, if you're watching on demand, you can hype. Logan says everything is all good, Jer. It's better now, Jer. Grant. Okay, so we're in a good spot. Right, let's talk about some bits. So we've got the team sheets out, and excuse my pronunciation of the RB Leipzig crew because I don't know all of their players. They are going what looks like a 4-3-3, could be a 5-4-1 out of possession. They've got Martin van der Voort in goal. They've got a back four at right back, Benjamin Henriks. Centre backs of Maxime Estev, who we'll all know from his time at Burnley, and we were linked to it as well over the course of this summer. In the centre of the back three, Castello Lacuba. On the left hand side of the back four, they've got Max Finkgraf. And then the three in midfield, Artur Vermeeren, Andrija Maximovic, Ezekiel Banzuzi. This is going to get tough. And then up front, on the right-hand side of their attack, Johan Bakayoko, Romelu in the centre, and TDM Gomez on the left of their attack. Leeds, much easier. It's right there, by the way, Leeds system. Alex Cairns in goal, back three of Joe Rodon, Tariq Muharramovic, and Sebastian Bornau. James Justin on the left-back position, I'm guessing, because Gabby Goodmunson's still out injured. On the right-hand side, Jaden Bogle. Two in the middle of midfield, Ethan Ampadu and Sean Longstaff, which gives you Harry Wilson, Dan James, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Up top, you've got a midfield as well. On the bench, I should say, sorry. Rory Mahadi, Darrell Ombank, the two goalkeepers on the bench. They might get some minutes. I'd like to see one of them get a couple of minutes. They didn't get any minutes in the preseason game so far. Then you've got full-back cover in Jane Leno and Freddie Lane, who can also play in midfield. Alfie Creswell can also do a job on the back three or in the sixth position in central midfield. Yakabio back on the Leeds United bench for the first time this pre-season, so great to see Yaka back involved. Midfield that we'll likely see replaced probably during one of the half times, because we've got to talk about the structure of this match as well. Tanaka, Stack, Aronson, Reece Chadwick, Callum Mills, who's looked really, really good for a young lad in the preseason game so far. Willie Nonto, Lucas Mecha, and Joe Piru in the attack. No Gabby Goodmunson, bit of a hamstring issue there. Hopefully it's not too serious. Leeds need to go and get themselves a left-back cover just to make sure they're boxed off and safe with that one. No Okafor back in training, got back this week. That's why he's not involved in this. No James Trafford doesn't come back into pre-season until tomorrow. So we'll see him involved likely in the game against Manchester United in Dublin. And then there is one more game, I believe, in Elland before the season kicks off. Now, today's game has been played a little bit differently. There will be hydration breaks, but before we boo them, these ones are designed with a purpose, I suppose. This will not be a 90-minute game. This is 2 matches of 60 minutes each. And each of those 60 minutes will be divided in half, 30 minutes. So they're treating this very much as a pre-season training behind closed door game, not behind closed doors, if that makes sense. So you will see a break of 30 minutes in, likely see a lot of changes as well. So sound is all fine. Everyone's saying the sound is fine. Excellent sound and vision, brilliant. Went a bit David Bowie there for a bit steady. Yeah, that's okay, good, we're okay. Yeah, it's great seeing you do watch-alongs. Thought you might have gone to the match. I can't afford to get over right now. That will become apparent in a couple of days' time. So I did want to point out to everyone that's been helping this channel over the last couple of years. And this summer we've donated some money to charity. We donated money to the Leeds Foundation. We donated money to the Elliot James Bransbury Memorial as well game. And we've got to do something that I thought was really cool and I wanted to do. We're sponsoring a football club this year. So the money from this channel is going to other things to help kids get themselves a nice cool set of kit. So Knockline United in Dublin. So I'll get those shirts shown with the logo on the front when they're done. That's been paid this week, so hopefully that'll get done. So if you do fancy getting your hands name a kit with our logo on the front of it, I think Knockline United will be making it available to buy as well. So great to be able to do that. And massive thanks to everyone that has supported this channel, allowed us to take any kind of money that we make here and put it directly back into the channel or into better causes like charities and getting kids some cool football kits. So there is that. Jer, pronouncing names less murders in Midsummer. Listen, it takes me a while. All right, I've got an Irish tongue and I talk too quickly. That's because I'm from Cork. That's the problem with that. Hi to everyone in the chat. From Liam, Rajiv is here. Sebastian will play in the centre. Bit concerning our left flank. Yeah, I would be the same. Yeah, he'll be in the centre or on the right probably. He can play on the left as well. Pierre said, so is this a game of 4 halves? It is a game of 4 halves, technically. Leeds man here saying, your sound is spot on. Sorry I'm late with a comment. That's okay. First time listening to your watch along. First time doing a watch along on this channel. We do them on bigup.com normally every single week. So if you're not subscribed to us on bigup.com, it's completely free. There's no adverts. Go to bigup.com, type in the Leeds View, find us, sign up, and join us for these all season. And we also do the under 21s games as well. Mark Garrett says 2-tier free on LUTV today as well. It is. Leedsman says your sound is spot on. Pierre, says, so this is a game for 4 halves. Russ is here. Augsburg next week at Ellendraw. Kickoff 3 p.m. Thank you very much, Russ. Appreciate you, pal. Hope you're well. Jer, you're rolling it. Can't afford. I'm not rolling in it. Jesus, I wish I was. I can't afford the flights or the hotel. So, but I will be going to. I went to 10 matches last year. I plan on doing pretty much the same again this year if I can. Rajiv says, Jer, is Big Up being updated? It is. It's undergoing major developments for the new season. So down for a couple of weeks while the lads get them rolled out. But we're here in the meantime. Texas Lead says, that's awesome. Love the investment in the kids game. I'm just delighted to be able to do it. Neil, good evening to you, Neil. Welcome, Neil. Neil's a regular over in Big Up. Stuart Dallas has very white teeth. Yeah, Stewie's looked after himself since he retired, you know, and as he should, by the way, as he should. Red Bull Leeds United 2 by 60-minute games is Bielsa back. It's not far off that, to be fair. Pierre says, my auntie was from Cork. Yeah, I was from the city centre in Cork. White says, so 22 more subscribers to get to 78,000. Yeah, I don't care. Not important. Not important. Subscriber counts aren't important. You don't get paid for subscribers, so, you know, they are what they are. You paid for views. Wilson's kit number 17. I have him as 8, don't I? Don't worry about it. Do you want me to fix it? Do we need to fix it? It is the correct point. I got 2 number 8s. We'll fix that now. Give me 1 second. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way. Harry Wilson. Edit Harry Wilson. Give him number 17. Do we think he'll have 17 when the season starts? Do we think? I don't know if he will. Get this second thing to work. Anyway. We'll just screenshot that and pop it in, will we? You want it fixed. You want it fixed. So let's give you what you want. We've got a couple of seconds. We'll talk about the Leeds team a bit more. So we'll save that. We'll pop that there. Actually, no, we won't save it. We'll just copy it. Copy that. This is what we're doing. We're fixing things on the fly. Live on the fly. Get rid of that one. Had modified the system slightly. Pop him in there. And then round out those corners. Make it a bit bigger. And download. Download. Right, we'll fix this now in 2 secs. Thanks for the shout there, by the way. It's nice to have these things looking properly, isn't it? Match overlay. Change. There you go. Harry Wilson wearing 17. That system's not exactly right anymore, though, but, you know, it'll do. Yeah, Wilson's wearing 17. Thank you for that. They're losing the chat now. War Piglet, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Bonus. Where do we donate so YouTube don't take half? Just look, whatever way you want to do it. Honest to God, it's not a big deal. Big Up was a great community, says John. It is. We've got a great group over there. You are quiet, Jeremy, mate. You need to just higher up your volume, mate. This is as loud as it's going to get today. Russ says, all good here, Jer. Hope things are well. You're on the air. I had a good day. Meet FC stuff this morning. Meetings on that. So fingers crossed we get that off the ground soon. Leeds 1985. Are you impressed by the new centre back? Do you know what I was? The dropping of the shoulder, nutmegging Liverpool strikers, doing pirouettes in his back line. I liked what I saw. I really, really did. I think we've got a really good player there. obviously still needs some time to adapt to the Premier League, but I think there's a cracking player there. By the way, if you are wondering why you can't comment, if you can't comment, the comment section is open to subscribers. So if you subscribe to the channel, you will be able to comment. So you can do that if you want to. Rajiv says, Jer, you will eventually get paid with the subscribers. You don't get paid for subscribers. That's a myth in YouTube land, by the way. People think you get loads of money for getting loads of subscribers. You don't make a single penny for any subscribers on YouTube. You only make money for watch time and views. That's it. So, yeah, the number in the corner ultimately doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Right, where else? Smashing the like, says War Piglet. Thanks very much. No Pirus. He's on the bench. He's on the bench. Leeds man subscribed and liked, young man. Enjoy your content. I appreciate that as well. Pat Kirby says, Mark Garrett be nice. Who's Mark Garrett? Oh, Mark Garrett saying something, is he? Mark Garrett, 2-tier. If you're bothered to check out, I've seen that Leeds United. Yeah, be nice. By the way, we have a don't be a prick policy on this channel. So if you end up being a prick in the chat, you'll be taken out of the chat. Not that you're saying you are being a prick, Mark, but you know, just warnings ahead of schedule. Because we have rules over in Big Up. If the same rules will be applied here. Anyone gets involved in any shit will just be removed from the channel immediately. No one needs that. Nobody needs that. Kevin's just subscribed and become a member. Good stuff, Kevin. Joe Blackburn says, my sound is exclusively in the right ear. I'm going to ask him how I get it in both ears. Joe, how do I get it in both ears? That's why it's quiet, by the way. But JB's on the far side. He just needs to give us a handout. Sean O'Kane says, fair play to you, Jer. Doing a good job. All the best for future onwards and upwards. Thanks very much, mate. And Jay Harryman says, hopefully a good performance from the lads today. Shame I can't watch. You're working on a Saturday. That's tough. IPW. Could I play anywhere? Jay Harryman is a member for 6 months. Congratulations on that. Hi, Jer. His name is Big Tariq. Tariq. Yeah, the volume's low because we're in one ear. We're working on that right now. Volume is perfect. The audio is only in the right ear. Yeah, we're working on that right now. I think someone needs to have a word with Piero. He's getting a bit silly. It's getting a bit silly now. Look, still plenty of time in the window. Exits will happen late. So, waiting on that answer. Afternoon all. Good afternoon, Led Zepp. Russ Fraser, loving your content, Jer. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Kyle, does Farke see this as his strongest 11? I'd say Trafford will be in there. I'd say BL will be in there for his strongest 11. Yeah, but at the moment, what's available, probably, yeah. Sean O'Kane says, Jer, it was a long time ago, but I played there particularly. My memories, so many hills. Oh, Cork. Yeah, playing Cork. Yeah, it's mad hills. I lived up in Dillon's Cross, which is all hills. All hills. David Holmes, no news on Byron. He was seen at Ellen Road at Thorpe Arch this week, but no news on a contract at the moment. Joe says, okay, I think if you go to the sound setting, right, bear with me. Sound settings. Click this. It should say mono. Properties, is that where it is, Joe? Device. Monitoring, analog. Don't see downmix 2 mono isn't selected. Sync offside track. Downmix to mono. Okay. You go to sound setting, then select downmix to mono. It should stop it being. Okay. Let me know if that's in both your ears now. I've got 2 audio tracks. That should have fixed it. Thank you very much, Joe Blackburn. Let me know if that's gone in both ears now. If you're wearing headphones. Tariq at the left centre back and his wicked wand left foot can see a lot of goals. He's got a cracking pass on him. Rick Pay said, sad that we don't seem to be active on Schultz. Well, Leeds aren't saying an awful lot at the moment, so you know you never know what they're going to do. Kyle says, so you think Longstaff over Stackjer and Dan James? That's the starting 11. Oh, yeah, sorry. No, I think Stack comes in there over Longstaff, and I think Okafor comes in for Dan James. Sorry, my fault. Rajiv said, what do you expect with the Red Bull Leipzig side? I know nothing about them. Nothing about them. It'll be narrow, likely, and it'll be lots of possession, which could be good for Leeds. Fixed. Great stuff. Look, we're learning on the fly here. I love learning stuff. Ollie says, add Trafford BL Stack, no Okafor and Gary to that side. Yeah, all right, let's revisit that. Strongest lineup for me: Trafford in goal, Rodon, Bial, Maharamovic, Bogle, Gabby, Stack, Ampadu, Okafor, Wilson, Calvert-Lewin. Perfect now. Sounds much better. In town. I think the sound problem is for TV users watching. Yeah, that's probably it. Nigel Martin looks well. He does great out in the background of the club as well. Have Big Up let you go on a free year? No, Led Zepp, they haven't. They're just working on the platform. They're updating it at the moment. So rather than miss out on doing the watch along, I thought we'd do it here today instead. And you know what? Just to see how it goes. With Big Up, I don't have to build this stuff. Which I tell you what, it took me a couple of hours this week to learn how to make a live countdown clock, these things, all this. It's very simple to some people, but you know, I'm an old man, so there is that. 2 games, so lineup may change in the second game. I would say it will change completely. Yeah. I predict Stack going back in being a 6 now that Wilson is in the main team. Nice to have that box-to-box option from though as well, isn't it? Kearns getting a lot of preseason minutes for someone who shouldn't be anywhere near the start. Now, it's preseason and he's taking a box for Leeds while they wait for Trafford to get in. But good to see, I'm glad that he's got this preseason. He's a Leeds lad. He came through the academy. I'm fine with that, especially when you've got a local enough goalkeeper coming in. The Red Bull Derby, careful, they've upset some people with that one. Tarek and Borneo on the team sheet needs swapping over. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. It's not the end of the world. Smash the likes if you can. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Joe Blackburn. That was a 50-50 either. It would have give both sides the sound or taken it away. Well, it worked, Joe. Longstaff must be giving Farke headaches. He's had a good preseason. He's had a very good preseason. Is Okafor injured? No, he came back into preseason this week, so they're not rushing him back into the team just yet. Likely play in the Manchester United game, I would imagine. Rick Pace says we could do a lot worse than Nigel Martin for our second keeper by the looks of things. His knees are gone according to his own interview. Lawrence Curley said the line up you just said sounds fantastic. Watch our Premier League. Yeah. Bob Mander, does anyone have a channel link? It's on LUTV for free. You don't have to sign up. It's just available for free. Matt, hiya Matt. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Based on preseason performance, as we stand, Longstaff should get game week 1. I would agree with you on that, Matt. Danny Rumsey, Jer, it's got 1 second on the clock. It does because I'm ready to press play. Don't worry about that. That's just for me. Hedging my bets, lads. Joe Blackburn, hey Wayne. Jack Spurs won. We definitely not ready for the new season yet. We're playing a 70-minute friendly with Getafe today. It's our friendly. Sorry, Jack, that you're having those kind of problems with Spurs. You know. Pierre says, considering how Leeds treated Alex in the past, yeah, oh yeah, you're dead right. Let him have this. Kearns is the glue in the squad, doesn't expect to play. Yeah, he does a lot behind the scenes, though. Sean O'Kane, I played Manor Park Ground in the under-16 hurling match against... My dad played for Northmont and Cork, hurling. Well, for school. And he played for Mayfield, I think. Andrew Broughton, sorry. Looking forward to listening to your podcast today. Mark Trubshaw, volume a little low, my friend. You might need to crank up yours a little bit, mate. It's probably as loud as we're going to get it tonight. You see a future in this team for James. I see him as an impact player in certain positions. I wouldn't rule out seeing him as a wing back either. Terry's here. Good afternoon, Terry. SOE goalkeeper. I'd rather the under 21. Yeah. I get what you're saying there as well. On Red Bull TV app as well, and on PS5. And looks like a good crowd. Yeah, the West Stand is shut for today's game, so you won't be getting anything in there. And the Northwest corner's closed as the construction work continues. They're all expected to be open when the season kicks off. So, yeah. And by the way, we don't take these watch-alongs overly serious. So don't expect any massive theatrics from me if you're looking for that kind of stuff. It'll be pretty calm. And we'll chat about the game. We'll chat about what we're looking at. It's pre-season friendly. Ultimately, it's about minutes and the legs. So don't get too wound up. Don't get involved in any arguments in the chat. Don't also comment on a goal before it happens. You know, standard watch-along procedure in everyone's channel. You'll know when we score because I'll react, and you'll know when we can see because I'll react. Anyone who watches me knows I do react. So, just, you know, you can type it out. Don't press send until you hear the reaction. Okay? Church is looking superb. It is. The pitch looks great, doesn't it? I love this time of the year. I absolutely love this time of the year. Jim Geeney's here. Hiya, Jim. Hey, Jared, driving home to Cork. Thanks for doing this. Good company on the road. No problem, Jim. Eyes on the road, Jim. Eyes on the road. Sean says, but those about Leeds in some windows so far. It's been a good, strong window so far. Still work to do. I said we'd judge it at the end of the window. We've got new dugouts in Ellen Road today, being debuted, by the way. Gone are the old school sunken dugouts. I think we're the last club to get rid of them. I love those dugouts, but you don't see a lot of the pitch. So we've now got the sports seats extended one. No roof on it, yeah. Maybe they're not going to put a roof on it. Players get soaked. Is it just major? You have to change the lineup graphics. Yeah, that's why I put starting 11 on it, so I never have to change it. If they bring out a second team in the second half, I'll update it at that point. But right now, it's fine. See, I don't care too much about this, if we're being completely honest about it. I don't. So it is what it is. Hope lives eternal. Let the new season be a good one. It'll come out, lads wearing the white today. Red Bull in a red and orange. Squad depth is already improved from last season. I would agree with you. That Sean says, "It won't be too long till you get to 80,000 subscribers. You deserve all the success." Again, look, it's just a number. I don't make any money off subscribers, so if we get there, we get there. If we don't, we don't. It's not the end of the world. As long as the channel's doing well and growing, that's all I really care about. Pierre says, listening to your commentary and watching LUTV on silent. You might want to get it synced up then, because there will be a delay, by the way. There will be about a 30-second delay on what you're watching. If you want to sync it, you can. Let's see, here we go. Will the Leeds fans come in force? Oh, it's sold out. Have no fear of Leeds fans coming to Dublin for a game. My God, it's sold out, and it's sold out quickly. And they've given us Hill 16, which, if you're Irish and you're a dub, that means a lot. Facing the East stand today, because there's nobody in the West stand, so that's a nice touch as well. Matthew said, can't get a stream, and he thinks, LeedsUnited.com, it's available for free. You'll get it there. Pierces will do, Jer. Joe Blackburn, a bit of me considering doing a watch along where you don't watch the match, but someone else's stream and try to get. Joe, you would do that. You would do that. Thanks, says Matthew. LUTV or Red Bull TV, both free. Yeah, it's completely free today. All right, get the commentary ready to go. I'll do a bit of commentary. We'll have a bit of a chat. I won't be overly focused on the chat. Just, you know, I'll dip in and dip out. I'll try and keep it without massive gaps, but, you know, I have my own way of doing these watch-alongs if you're not used to them. Neil says, I'll be on Hill 16 and I'm not a dub. Well, I'll be on Hill 16 and I'm not a dub. I sound like a dub, but I'm not a dub. Again, yeah, just the one thing. Just don't jump into the chat with a goal reaction. Neil. Joking, Neil. I'm joking, mate. Tried Red Bull, not working. Matthew, try LeedsUnited.com, LUTV. Try that one. Donny says, afternoon, Jer. Hope all is good with everyone. Here we go again. Yeah, here we go again with Leeds United. Get my timer ready as well. We go with Leeds United. So march on together, rings around the ground. Nice to see Jacobi back on the bench as well. Van der Voort in goal. Orlan Nyland signed for them, by the way, during the week, so he's on the bench for them. Zingerli, Orban, Bichabu, Harder, Grude, Seinwald, Baku, Suleiman, Ellis, Thomas, Raum, Gertrude. Look to him, Sunderland player last year. Bunji and Kanate on the bench for them. Van der Voort, Estev, Banzuzi, Bakayoko, Lukiba, Gomez, Maximovic, Vermeeren, Bakayoko, Romeo, and Gomez for them. Leeds 1985. You'll be kicked out for that behaviour. Right, I'm running away. 1, 2. There we go. Clock's working now. There we go. So we're on the way. March on together, still being played as we get the game underway. Interesting to see how Leeds approach this. They've been sitting kind of in pre-season against sides, not overly attack focused, kind of more of a counter-attack than anything else. You can get onto YouTube as well, apparently. On what channel of LGTV? Oh God, there's a question. Please, no spoilers, as Jer will be about 30 seconds behind. I will be, yes, true. Michael Brown, Jer, why are clubs like Newcastle United selling SCR? And I have a funny feeling that PIF are slowly pulling away from Newcastle. I'm being completely honest about it. Leeds 85, it's fine. You'll get in trouble for that stuff, though. You'll get in trouble. And, you know, it'll be on you. Anyway, Red Bull have it. I'll get my head around the Red Bull names in a couple of minutes time. I'm wearing the right glasses. I am wearing the right glasses. I can see this. Ball play forward. Jaden Bogle lets it go. Sebastian Bornau picks up. Yeah, Bornau's in the middle of the three right now. Muharrimovic on the left. Kearns gives it over to the right-hand side of Bornau. Rodon ahead of him. Ampadu dropping in, looking for a shot. He gets it. Probably go back to Kearns, and he does, yeah. He's being pressed now and gets rid of it. Good start. RB Leipzig channel on YouTube. Just LUTV commentary. It's okay. It's just a system. Right back Leipzig on YouTube. Yeah. RB Leipzig on YouTube. Cheer, what up with the team? Almost impossible to read. Just there for a visual, mate. You should know your numbers of your players, by the way. I can put their faces there if you want it. Makes it easier. If you're watching on your phone, yes, this is going to be small. But, you know, phone screens are small. Marching on to together from Stockholm, Christopher Gustafsson. How you doing, Chris? Hope you're well. No, it's live, mate. I'm watching it. Yeah, it is live. Yeah, ball forward for Leeds. Dan James on the left-hand side, breaking forward. They got bodies over. He's on his left foot, though. Little drop of the shoulder. Still James. Clips it in. Takes a block off of, I think, Estevan goes out of play for a corner kick to Leeds. 2 minutes in. Corner kick to Leeds. So James on the left coming in on his right. This will be interesting to see, actually, for a change, because usually DJ's the more direct runner. So interesting to see how they get that one. Watching on PC, the name is very blurred. I mean, you're probably right. We can fix it for the next one. Right, in swinging corner. Sean Longstaff to whip it in. Longstaff, in it comes, towards the middle of the box. Keeper misses it. Chance to score, Muharrimovic, and it's not gone in. Now it has. Is it a goal? No, whistle's gone. That was a mess. A foul in the build-up, but Muharrimovic, God, that name's going to kill me this year, should have scored. Then Calvert-Lewin was there, but apparently there was a foul in the build-up. Wake up, chair. Well, Longstaff to stamp his position. Yeah, sorry, Pierre. Came in. I don't see where the foul is. The keeper misses the ball. Player falls over. I mean, there's no foul there. I don't see a foul there at all. Anyway, Kearns, long ball forward, chested down by Dominic Calvert-Lewin into the pat of Dan James. Breaks forward. Calvert-Lewin's ahead of him. Lovely slip ball. But well cut out by Estef for RB. And they come forward now, and it's Bazouzi. Ball goes back to Estef. Goes over to the right-hand side, down to Henrich. Henriks. Goes back to the keeper, Van der Voort. Over to the left-hand side now to, oh God, Frinkgraf. Good pressure by Harry Wilson. Leeds have won it back. Well done, Wilson. Bogle then into the feet of Sean Longstaff. Goes all the way back to Rodon. Leeds just get back into possession, get their shape again. Good stuff by Leeds. Good pressure by Wilson. Dan James started on the left-hand side for Swansea, and he was a destroyer on that side. Good to know, mate. Pierre said, I didn't see a foul. No, not foul for me. I think you should reenact good players using bobbleheads. Ball into the penalty area for Red Bull. I hate calling them Red Bull. Just call them RB, will we? Edge of the box now. 30, who is back, me. Left-hand side now. Frinkgraf. Into the centre of midfield. A little drop of the shoulder by Banzuzi. Over to the left-hand side again. The ball is picked up by Banzuzi. Onto his right foot. Goes in field now. Number 30, who is Maximovic. And over to the right side to Estef. Pitch looks like it's already cutting up. It's just the grass. It's been wet. It's been watered. It's been wetted. It's been watered. So you get those kind of footmarks. That's all that is. You want the bobblehead? There's Daniel. I'm going to react Daniel every time we get a... I have nowhere to put Daniel. I need a shelf here. Daniel goes back on his shelf. Over he goes. Kearns, he's either just slow or takes risks. Maybe a bit of both. He's not the first choice. He's not even the second choice, but it's a friendly. Let's keep saying, shouldn't read too much into it. Rajiv says, James has played on the left when Rafinha was on the right. Remember the Burnley game under Bielsa? Yeah, he also played as a striker under Bielsa, which, the less said about that, the better. Over to the right-hand side for Henrich. Ball's played down infield towards Vermeerlen. And back to Estep. So, yeah, both teams kind of feeling each other. Leeds playing a fairly high line, just inside the centre circle. Pressing with a 2 as well. Dan James and DCL, and Wilson's kind of in a 10 position when they haven't got the ball. Ball goes really far forward as well. Leipzig are a bit vicious. Yeah, probably. Should be. Ball's going to play. Throw-in. Interesting to note, there's a lot of yellow shirts in the crowd today and not a lot of white shirts in the crowd. Leeds marketing team should probably read into that a little bit. Maybe give the home shirt as much love as you give the away shirts, you know? And give us a really classic, crisp home shirt to wear for a bit. Think of all the Adidas strips they've done over the years. I think the Peacock one that Asset FC designed is probably the major hit. The one the year went up the first had the plain white one with the blue tree on it. Maybe that one, but. Now over to the right hand side. Bogle looks up. Ball around the outside. Further run of Joe Rodon. Rodon to the penalty area. Crosses the ball and Calvert-Lewin with chance. Goal! 1-0 for Leeds. Lovely move. By the way, Davey, partially you are ahead of everybody, mate. Just keep an eye on the timer on the screen if you don't mind, mate. 1-0 to Leeds. Great run by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Smashing ball around the outside by Joe Rodon for Jayden Bogle. Jayden Bogle to Joe Rodon. Lovely ball into the penalty area and a lovely finish. Yeah, but Dave, you're slightly ahead of us, mate. Just take it back a notch. But yeah, great move. Great goal. Well done, Leeds. Yeah, Bogle gets it on the halfway line. Bends it lovely around the outside. Joe Rodon down the line. Plays the ball across. Tap in for Calvert-Lewin. 1-0 Leeds. Lovely stuff. Gotta look at the run of Rodon. I mean, he looked... he's all arms. Great run. Lovely cross. Lovely nutmeg finish by DCL. 1-0 Leeds. Great to see it. The high line's looking good. I'm waiting for the goal to be a disallowed, says Pierre. Let's go, says Manala. Well worked goal, says Matthew. Wow. You waved your bobblehead and the camera switched to Farke's voodoo. Dave said, I only said, well, that is true, Dave. That's fair. Didn't let me double take, though. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Get the fuck out. Joe Rodon wing back yet. No spoilers there. But yeah, don't worry about it. No, there was no goal spoiler, so there wasn't a spoiler. Just a pass. That's okay. Rodon has some pace for a centre-back. He's one of the fastest in the club, I believe, funnily enough. No right winger, Joe Rodon. New right winger, Joe Rodon. The play has started by a great pass from Borneo. Joe Rodon, new right winger. Rodon, the new number 10. There was this weird narrative started this summer that Joe Rodon wasn't good enough and needed to be replaced. I think he's one of our best players. Oh, lovely cross in by RB. Headed away by Borneo. And Sean Longstaff gets a touch on it. It's bouncing around, but it's picked up by a Steph. Yeah, I think Joe Rodon's one of our best players, to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't have him out of our team at all. Picked up on the edge of the penalty area ball. Slipped through. Leeds will defend this out. They will. Good work by James Justin. Sees it out. Play goal kick to Leeds. I have a clear picture thanks to live oak fibre. Are they paying you for it? I hope they're paying you for that. Great start for us. Rick Pace says, what a supply DCL will get this season. He may as well get a ton of goals. He's already on 3. Liam says, great goal. It was. Michael says, what a ball. Jeffrey says, goal stands. And Lily says, you didn't bobblehead. Sorry, I don't have a bobbly head. Ampadu over to the right hand side to Joe Rodon. Has a little look up, goes down the right wing again, over the halfway line. He's got options inside. Calvert-Lewin splitting the 2 centre halves, staying very late. James Justin high and very, very wide as DJ's tucked into that number 10 position. It's a nice fluid 3 in that middle. They come all the way across, make it pretty narrow, free up that space for Justin to occupy. So Leeds end up attacking with nearly a 4 and a 5. Rodon again, the right hand side, cuts in field, plays the ball. That's a poor ball. We get the second one, gets it back. Longstaff down the left hand side, Justin now onto his right foot. Has a little shot, near post, save by the keeper. Easy save. Good build up again. Strong build up again by Leeds. Manala says, your critical thinking is lacking on the shirts. Out for a month. Yeah, okay, all right, fine. I accept that, Manala, I accept that. Why do you have the home kit? I don't have a home kit. I don't have a home kit agenda. I'm a traditionalist with Leeds shirts. I always want a basic white plain body of the shirt. You can mess around under here if you want, or up here. Look, I punched my microphone now. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored, Marcus. I don't have a home agenda, a away shirt agenda. I just think that the away shirts over the last couple of years have had a lot of thought go into them, a lot of callbacks to retro shirts. I don't think the home shirts got that. Cross in by James Justin towards Calvert-Lewin again, but Van der Voort will get there. So that's my thinking on it. You know, I would like them to go, well, let's look at some classic Leeds shirts of the past that, you know, have done really well or have meaning and model something on that. That's all. And Manal, if you want to call bullshit, you can call bullshit. I'm just giving you my thought on that. 500 to 1 to win the league. I mean, it's worth a few bob, isn't it? Love you too. Thanks, lads. No problem. Yeah, DCL Marcus. Lovely ball from Joe Rodon round the outside. and tap in. Oh, Leeds are pressing there. Did well to get out of that. And it's Banzuzi in the middle of the park doing well. He gets the ball back now off of Romelu. Long ball over top towards the right-hand side to Bakayoko. He's a very direct player. Head down, little ping around the outside, but dealt with by Tarek Mohamedovic. The home kit was delayed by a foot, but done by a 5-year-old. There are examples of pinstripes on Leeds shirts before. I'm not I don't love it, but I don't also, from looking at it from this angle, it doesn't really matter because can't see the stripes. Doesn't really matter. I did buy the away shirt, but I'm keeping it for Croke Park to debut it. I don't want to wear it beforehand. So says Jared, didn't realise how tall you were. Towered over Beckford in the clip I saw. Yeah, I'm 6'4". Big boy. I was an old school number 9. Big, tall, lanky striker. But yeah. Yeah, I'm taller than him. I've met Train a few times. Good guy. Wake, it's gorgeous as long as we don't bring back the tie-dye. Never. Ever again. The long sleeve home shirt looks like pajamas. Buy it as pajamas then. Gomez on the edge of the box. Oh, good tackle for Sean Longstaff. Really good tackle. And Joe Rodon picks it up. Jaden Bogle now will ping it around the outside. Takes the deflection. Goes out of play. Leeds throw. I have the game at 11:30. I have it at 12:18. Barney says, Jerry, I'm feeling it. Leicester all over again. We're a team. Fight for each other. Better than anyone. I'm putting 50 on us. I mean, if you have it. Michael Brown says, Jerry, do you think some podcasters are getting carried away with the signing of Trafford and predicting top half finish? I think it's good to be aspirational, but I think you need to be realistic as well. I think predictions at this stage of the league are always just based on opinion. You know, you need to see how... Alex Cairns. You need to see how every other team's new players settle in and see how Leeds players settle in and see how they get on. But, I mean, you should be aiming for, I think, progression from last year. Between 14th and 10th, I suppose, is progression. Be a good season again as well. So says Jer, old-fashioned stopper from the 70s. I played centre-back at the end of my career, and I played as a 9 in the bulk of my career. The odd Ferrari into centre midfield, but I wasn't any good. Any news on Gabby's injury? No, nothing on his injury just yet. Just a bit of a hamstring injury. Apparently not as serious as last year's when he missed 4 weeks last year. Jeffrey says, 4 minutes ahead of you. I'll watch your timer. Thanks, Jeffrey. Appreciate you. So Red Bull have got the ball. Leeds have dropped into a very compact mid-block, which is interesting. It's very little gap there, which is good to see. Rodon wants to go back, but Romelu has decided to have a look at that and stop the back pass. Rodon goes long. DCL lays it off. Oh, himself and Ampadu get in each other's way. Goes back to Sebastian. No, not Borneo. Sorry, to Tarek Muhardamovic. Now it's James Justin. We need a nickname for Tarek. Needs a nickname. Muhaha, whatever. Needs a nickname. Borneo. Into Tarek. Or Tariq. I need to Ampadu. So we're getting, half an hour into the first 60 minutes. So it's 2 60-minute halves, in case you're not aware. And then we'll see how we go. Cairns. That green kit's nice. Cairns is wearing as well. I thought it'd be pink, but it's not. Rodon. Bogle. Back in the field to Rodon again. Little poke to the outside, but it's red this time by Frank Graff. Goes backwards. Free kick to Red Bull. Pierre says, when I played football, I was a left back. Well, you must have been fast, mate. Quick. Carrick equals minor man. Carrick equals minor man. Jimbo says, oh, Taz. This is on for 2 hours. Possibly, yeah. 120 minutes. 2 hours, yeah. That's how time works, isn't it? Yeah, 260 minutes. Anyway. Lukuba dinks it over to the right-hand side. Lovely takedown by Vermeeren. Oh, it's not a great ball to the outside, and Muhardamovic reads it. We'll try and see this one out. Doesn't, though. It's nicked off him by Bakayoko. Longstaff. Back to Cairns. We'll clear this. Nice clearance by Alex Cairns. Gets it away. Caverleon gets sandwiched a little bit, but ball breaks, and it is picked up in midfield. And they work it back around the back. And Lukuba over to the left-hand side to Frank Graff. Now it is 27, who's Gomez, back in field. 48, who is Vermeeren. Esteve. Henriks. To the right side, Bakayoko. Pretty static, though, to be fair. Left back in the changing room. Classic. I do love that. John says, pretty sure the prediction supercomputer is a journalist in a cupboard. I always say it. supercomputers can't be that super if they've got to recalibrate their predictions every single week. You know? Tarek, nickname is Taz. Ah, gotcha. Are we calling him Taz? Is that... I don't trust you. Sorry. Go work with Jaden Falk. Back to Barney. I got stitched up last year by Danny Mountain, so I'm not doing this again. Anyway, who was it? It was the Arsenal player on the watch along, wasn't it? I think it was. Bogle. Steps the true. Oh, just nicked off Wilson's toe. That's played back to the goalkeeper by Fincraft. Mark says no. Taz is not his nickname. I started as midfielder, then moved to keeper. There's a drastic change. Me, Flo, just me. Oh, okay. We'll get something official soon, won't we? Yeah. Leeds just happy to let RB have the ball, play around with it. Leeds just sit into a nice mid block. The steps of the East Stand get a bit of a repaint. The VL looks very strong over there. That could be just my home jersey agenda, couldn't it? Just seeing yellow. Danny says, I started as midfield. Oh, yeah. Danny, it's a big change to popping in nets. Just pinging around the edge of the box at the moment. Looking for the ball into the box. There it goes. Oh, well, Joe Rodon just flattens Romelu in the penalty area. The ball runs through to Alex Kearns. Good stuff, Joe. Michael Brown says, Jer, with SCR spending reduced to 75% if a team qualifies for European football, is it a good thing for Leeds if they don't qualify for Europe? Yeah. Short answer is yeah, because we'll have the stadium development, more revenue coming in from the ground, all that. Yeah. Couldn't be bothered running around Jer. Well, there's got to concentrate as a goalkeeper, though, you know? And if you make a mistake, it's your fault. It's a brave position, goalkeeper. My granddad was a goalkeeper. Played for Bohemians a long time ago in Ireland. Wilson, midfield. Oh, loses it again. It's very congested in that midfield area at the moment. It's pretty sloppy in there. Yeah, it's pretty static now. Two teams just kind of... Leeds have just gone, fine. We're happy where we are. Break us down. It was Borneo. Was it Borneo? Either way, flattened them. The glasses don't give it away. Blind as a bat right now. And also LUTV is on like a 720p resolution, so numbers are blurred. Rodon, lovely little head backwards. And Bogle trying to keep it in play, and he does. Oh, he's lost it straight away into the midfield. Manzuzi gives the ball to Gomez. He comes in field. He's looking for a pass across the box. He gets it. Dan James gets back to try and put off of Maximovic over to the right hand side. Manzuzi now. Onto the left hand side. Gomez again. Backwards to Banzuzi. Let's let look up. Again, Ampadu just goes, engages the ball when he has to. And sends Fincraft backwards. 48 is Vermeeren. 23 is Lukubi. They come down the left hand side now. Gomez is going to get onto this. I'm going to look to try and cross it if he can. Up against Joe Rodon and Jaden Bogle. Wilson's keeping an eye on Fincraft. He's forcing back infield. Yeah, Leeds are doing... The defensive shape is good right now. Two pretty compact blocks in front of each other. Not a huge amount of room. They've gotten around the outside now. Chance to cross. They will cross, but it's dealt with by Longstaff. Dan James in the penalty area. Goes back. Hooked up in the air by Muhardamovic. Wilson half-arse kind of fighting for that. But it's won back by Ampadu. Clips it forward for the run of DJ, but he won't get to that. It's Estev gets there first. Bit of a collision. About okay. Pass play through to the striker. Romelu goes back. And play over to the right-hand side again. And they're looking to get back a Yoko on this. And they go backwards with it again. Smash the like, says Danny, and subscribe to the channel. Well, yeah, if you liked it, if you watch the channel every day and not subscribe, why not subscribe? You know? There's 114 or 115,000 accounts watch the channel this month, which is the biggest we've ever had. And we've 7,000 subscribers, so over 30,000 not subscribed to watch. Most of the people are watching because of transfer window. Let's be honest about it, but that's fine. Pierre says this is one hell of a pace considering they've 2 hours to play out this. Yeah. Those new dugouts don't look finished, do they? Born out to Kearns. He's going to get pressed, Alex. Not a huge amount of pace on that ball, Alex. Justin takes deflection. RB have it back. Headed away by Tariq. Picked up by Vermeeren. And goes back to Lukiba. Roland looks sharp. Joe always looks sharp. Vermeeren, middle of the park. Plays the ball to the right hand side to Henriks, who's got Bakayoko ahead of him. But he goes back to Esteve. Infield. Cut out by Ampadu. Good, well read. But he's got two around him. Can he come out with this? Gets a free kick. You're doing a good job with Tarek's name. Do you know what? I've got to slow down how I talk. It's really hard to do that. People don't realise this, but every day when I record the news, when I edit it, I reduce the speed to 96%. So that I'm audible. I do know I talk too quickly, but it's an Irish thing. Andrew said, had the new bucket seats fitted in ducats? Yeah, but it's missing the top. Jaden Bogle's gone down, by the way, holding his ankle. He might be okay. I've lost my pen. Here we go. Season's back. I'm losing pens. He's okay, though. He should be getting up. Pierre said, I only watch Leeds live to listen to Jerry Mack's comments. Yeah, Jerry Mack to me back with us for the new season as well once the matches get underway. It's having Paul. Mark said the Leipzig name, not so... We're trying. We're trying. Yeah. Love the pep talk though. Thanks. Oh. Yeah. We'll get a whole new 11, I'd say, in 60. It's not what you'd call a fast moving game in terms of it's taking its time. Ampadu fighting for this. No, it wasn't Ampadu, it was Bogle. Sorry, they're in the shade and we're in the same boots. Bornau. Wilson picks it up off him, trying to get involved in the game. Muharimovic. Longstaff goes backwards. Joking. I know me. Bornau. Sorry, I'm yawning. Ampadu pushing the back. Should be a free kick. Yep, free kick leads. Fouled by Maximovic. Can we not have a Bogle injury, please? Can we not have any injuries now? We can make that a bit bigger, can we? Watching Tarek constantly moving and reposition. Yeah, he's clever. Dirk Charles. I like James, but I'm not convinced here. I think he needs to be backup. I think he will be backup, yeah. I think he can make a big impact off the bench for Leeds, to be fair, with his pace when you got tired sides. Still think he's got a part to play in this squad, though. Jeffrey Mayer says, spent most of my time as a centre forward right winger, but in later in my career was right back and sweeper. You end up going there. If you're an attacker, you end up at the back towards the end. Good point here, but Bogle always seems to be... well, he puts himself in positions where he can get kicked, which is a good thing in one sense. Anyway, Gomez now. Gives the ball back to Esteve, over to the right-hand side to Henriks, back into the midfield to Vermeeren. Got Bakayoko and he's got Henriks. Henriks has the ball now. Bakayoko up against James Justin. Little step over. Hugging the touchline. Checks back onto his right foot. Goes backward. Left foot goes backwards. Henriks. He goes back. Leeds are forced in the back every single time, which is good. It's a very solid defence there. Hit Bakayoko. Again, looking for a little step over. Looking for half a yard to get across him, but over goes Longstaff to help out. Tries to poke through. Muharimovic gets a knock on it. So does Justin. Muharimovic tries to nutmeg. Does nutmeg. Goes around the outside. Leeds United throw in. Clever work. Well done. Taramo. But he's getting back to it. Tarico. Red Bull. They are being tackled, but seem to always come away with the ball after contact. Yeah, we're tackling on ones rather than twos, but it's fine. Comfortable at the moment. Ampadu. Cleared by Justin up in the air. Headed back by Esteve. Dan James gets a nod on it towards Calvert-Lewin again. He's fighting with Esteve. Comes down, breaks it down on Calvert-Lewin. Goes down, free kick leads. Good work with Dominic. Leeds need to practice against the team. But that's the other side. And they've done a lot of that this pre-season. I think we've had more games this pre-season than we've had in most pre-season. And that's been a criticism I've had of Leeds since Daniel Farke came in, is I don't think they play enough games in pre-season because I don't think that they start the season strongly enough. I think that's part of the reason. Now here we go. Dan James into the penalty area. James going to shoot low. Does shoot and just wide. Tottenham might have sneaked in off the inside of the post. But good work by James. In onto his right foot, looking for that bottom near post. Probably could have gone around him. or squared it, but yeah. That B Rejects just noticed you were streaming here, Jer. You're here instead of Big Up now. Big Up is having work done to it, so it's down for a couple of weeks. So in the meantime, we're here. DJ Canada burnt over. He got plenty of goals 2 seasons ago when he played regularly, but yeah. They're getting good positions though. Just square those balls. Longstaff, great ball. Yeah, absolutely. RB Leipzig is a Bundesliga side. They can challenge these plenty. They can. They can. Got to be used to playing without the ball as well against certain sides this year, so no harm in the defence getting a bit of a workout. James, poor choice of shot. Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Should be going across the keeper. Justin, to Dan James' feet. He's getting more of the ball again, finally. Longstaff, Ampadu in field looking for it, and he gets it. Has a little look up. Got Wilson pretty static ahead of him. There's no one's exactly running off the ball trying to make themselves free for it at the moment. So, wrong option from James. Has to hit the target from there. I would agree. Neil says, I think there is an effort to fix the slow start to season issue by playing more. And I think it's a good idea, Neil. I think it's a really good idea. And then Mark said, should have scored far post. Yep. I would agree. Gary Holland says, pretty sure RB Leipzig have got UCL football next season. I think they might do as well. Pretty sure. No spoilers, says Jeffrey. No spoilers. I haven't seen any spoilers at the moment. They should have scored. That was the Dan James one. Rodon goes down. Free kick to Leeds. Very high up the pitch, Joe Rodon. Seriously, where would we finish in the Bundesliga? I would say top half. Meatloaf says, will we ever have a 10? God, I mean, you know, as a kid, I always wanted a bike. I never got one, you know. But you ask every year. Nice work there by Rodon, the Bogle. Now Harry Wilson, middle of the park. You can look for a big diagonal one. It's not a great ball. It's intercepted. Yeah, he kind of scuffed that one. And Bakayoko just hooks it up in the air. We dealt with by Rodon, who heads the ball forward for Ampadu and just tries to knock it on. Bakayoko gets a touch on it. Longstaff is there, picked up by Romelu. Oh, good tackle. Joe Rodon breaks to Dan. James Justin now. Dan James on his left-hand side and gives it to him. Chance for Leeds to get forward. Calvert-Lewin back post. Wilson in the centre. Bogle on the far post. James crosses it in. Poor cross. Takes the deflection. And Vermaelen gets it away. But Sean Longstaff's intercepted this. Not Sean Longstaff, sorry. Tariq Muharramovic. And it was going to have a little bit of a shot there, but it breaks out. Now Bogle has it. Chance to cross early. Does cross early for Calvert-Lewin. Oh, he's missed it. He should have done better. That's a lovely ball from Jaden Bogle. And for me, DCL needs to make a better connection with that. The Rodon flop, says Derek. Yep. Rodon playing like a right wing back he is. LUFC and a Millie. Harry Gray starting for Sheffield Wednesday in League One today. Let's see how he gets on. We'll have Loan Watch once the season gets underway this week, so we'll cover it during the week. Over to the left-hand side now for our Red Bull. Picked up by Finkgraf. Gomez. How would you fit Stack into the side whilst keeping Longstaff in the team? You change the midfield to a 3. Otherwise, I don't think he does. Get in. Bring back Pablo. I mean, he'd probably still do a job. UCL didn't even jump to meet the ball. And David Young said, and that's why we need another number 9. He needs competition. Proper competition. He does. Every striker does. Oh, poor touch there, and we lead throwing. Every striker needs good competition behind him. Yeah, good point from Tony Dorigo there. Alex Kearns hasn't exactly been worked in the goal. Right, there's the first break. First half an hour. So we will pause our... So over to the halfway line for their hydration break. I don't know how long this is going to be. Joe Redondo. Oh, I love that. Graham Fearney, hi, just seeing that you were back. Great to listen to the commentary again. Looking forward to the new season. Thanks, Graham. We will be back over on bigup.com once the platform reopens. It's just getting work done at the moment. Are we playing more friendlies because it helps towards our SCR? Well, I mean, there's that as well. You're making money, aren't you? But and 2 games at Ellen Road, usually just a 1. So that's Joe Rodon's first assist for Leeds. Apparently. Is that Andy Cousins? Tarek is always looking to play the ball forward and doesn't dawdle. Gary Holland says Tarek definitely an upgrade on Pascal, as good as he was. It's mental that we got him, in my opinion. I mean, Andrea knows an awful lot about him. He watches him over in Italy an awful lot, and he said he thought he'd go to a top European side. He has. Leeds United. There you go. Chris Allen says the first quarter, long stop, very impressive. Dan James just doesn't look. There's a lot of good. I think you got to take it in preseason terms. Look at the good and the bad. Dan James is getting in some good positions. He's getting in free areas. He's a threat breaking forward. Needs to work on the finish. Needs to work on the final ball. Sprinklers are on. Harry Wilson for me needs to be a bit more mobile off the ball. Needs to start dropping into the half spaces and looking to get on it. He started it a little bit towards the end of that first period. But for me, he needs to be far more engaged, getting involved in the ball. He's a very important player if we can get him on the ball. DCL's position is really good between the two centre-backs, occupying both of them. He's been fighting for that. Ampadu looks really steady as well. Tarek and Bornout, solid. Kearns, nothing to do. So, yeah, it's been fine. And I think also Dan James is also missing the natural attacking left-footedness on that left-hand side. And I wonder, is that why Dan James is playing? Because James Justin will naturally come inside because he's right-footed. So they just get both of them to come inside and then leaves that space outside, but it gets a bit congested then. So rain or sprinklers? Looks like sprinklers. It is sprinklers. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Looking at the team, DCL was talking to Bogle, making excuses as to why he didn't have the ball. Sun could have gotten his eyes. Could have been something as simple as that, you know. Unfortunately, Dan James is a championship player. Well, let's see. You know, I don't ever write anybody off because every time we write somebody off, they have a blinder of a season. So I do think you've got to look at the squad. Look, not every player is going to be a starting player, but there are certain players who can make a big impact off the bench. You know, you look at, like, say, a Brendan Aronson and a Dan James. You're playing against a side that are getting leggy in the last half an hour. You bring both of them on. The energy that they bring causes problems. So there might be something there as an impact player. 120-minute game with 4 quarters. Don't give Infantino ideas. It's very much 2 games with a break in the middle. Would Kearns be a suitable number 2? I don't think so. And I love Alex Kearns, but no, I think he knows that himself. Danny Rumsey said it's a Joe Rodon's first assist, which is ridiculous, by the way. Neil says we look very relaxed and comfortable defensively, organised and connecting in mid-block and breaking their attack down when they try and play through, calm and patient. Yeah, I can 100% think that's a great summary of it, Neil. Even when we haven't had the ball, they haven't troubled us at all. Jared said Farke talking to Harry Wilson for an extended time. I think he wants him to get more involved in the game. You know. Michael Brown says, Jared, will these hydration breaks? No, they won't be. And the hydration break for this game is very different than the World Cup. This is designed as a half time for the first 60 minutes, and then there'll be one for the second 60 minutes because they're playing 120. Isn't Okafor right-footed as well? Yes, but Gabby Goodmanson is left-footed. So with the two of them, Okafor comes in onto his right. Gabby gives him the width on the left. So if he does come inside, he's got an option to shoot, or he can slip the ball back into Gabby's path for an overlap. James Justin's right-footed. Dan James right-footed. Both of them naturally come infield. Makes it narrow. You don't have an overlap. So, trickier. James has been basically non-existent. I don't think he's been non-existent. He's had 2 chances, but it's pre-season. Again, don't get too wrapped up in it. But we do need more. A little bit. Agree with earlier comment that Longstaff is making a strong case. I think he is. Lloyd, good afternoon to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope Lino gets a game today. I hope he is. How are we feeling today, Lloyd? Are we positive? Are we looking forward? Big win for Leeds. And Lloyd, I appreciate, by the way, comment every single day, mate. And I do appreciate that. And everyone else who does as well. It's very much appreciated. Will says, everything James does looks lazy and predictable. Well, he's a bit of a predictable player, but he's a very direct player. Right, we're on the way again. Just tipped off. How will Wilson play? How has Wilson played in the preseason games? I think he's looked decent. Yeah. Millie Chip says the Trafford 20% clause is very vague. It's 20% of the profit Leeds make, not 20% of the value of the sale. James should be sold. Well, you've got to get somebody interested in him and pay the value you want. Lino could save us a lot of money. I don't think this year, Lloyd. He's 18, no senior experience. I think we're always very quick to try and rush them in. But yeah, he's got something about him, all right. Prophet Miffin, bit worried about Tariq. think someone will come calling. Maybe they will. And look, it's a model that's worked for some clubs. We're going to have to say, oh, Sebastian get his feet muddled up there, but decent ball out to the road on the right hand side. He goes infield, gives it away. Picked up down the far side by RB. Bogle gets back. Chance to cross it from their right hand side, which is Bakayoko has it now. Pressed, kicked by Bogle. That'd be a free kick, surely, yeah. Okay, good Munson and Okafor are different league compared to James, and just 100%, yeah. Dave says, yeah, keep the breaks in during the winter. And I'll see the tea, yeah. Hot breaks during the winter, yeah. Graham says, Joe got an assist against Liverpool with a flick on. Oh, okay, so they're wrong. They're wrong, Darren. Jeffrey says, when we send Lucas Perry to Torino, watching this, Born, I'll get rid of it. Yeah, when we send him to Torino, we need to negotiate to send Niko Vlasic the other way. He's in the last year of his contract. Leeds do love a last year of their contract. Lee Dickinson, is that Roden's first assist? Apparently it's not. They said it was, but apparently it's not. Matthew Broker. What is the attendance? Anyone know? Well, the west stand is closed and the northeast corner is closed. Northwest corner is closed, sorry. Lloyd said, positive we get Pavel Sud. Sorry to disappoint you, Lloyd. It could be a long summer, mate. I'd love him. I don't think we're going to get him. Pierre said, Wilson did a superb pass, but Nanto couldn't finish off. Great potential. Yeah. And then Lee says, I meant headed on. Yes. Gotcha. Sorry, Wilson there trying to nick a ball off of Vermeeren in the middle of the park, but doesn't get it, and RB come out. Leeds pressing well there. Trying to force a mistake, and RB come down the left-hand side, so it will be Gomez. Chance to pull onto his right foot. Chance to shoot here. They do shoot. Good block from Joe Rodon. Comes out to the right-hand side. Left-hand side, apologies. Gomez gives it back. Pass over to the right-hand side now. Chance to shoot, and it's good save by Kearns. Cleared by Joe Rodon. First real save he had to make, Alex Kearns. Does well low down on his right. They lump in a sauna for 5 minutes during January, February. Yeah, decent strike. Good save by Alex Kearns. It was hit by Henriks, the right back. At least have a chance to come out now. Dan James breaking away, late tackle by Vermeeren. That will be a free kick to Leeds. Could be a card there as well. That's a late tackle. Michael Brown says, with Leeds looking to bring in new recruits, it will be a bloated squad. No, I think you're going to see exits because Dan Farke doesn't like a bloated squad. He likes a tight squad. So I think you will see some exits. I think a lot of the exits could happen late though. Bogle. Infield. Wilson, little flick. That's not a great flick, and it is picked up by Banzuzi. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Vindervoort. Into the feet of Vermeeren. Back to Van der Voort, pressed by Longstaff. Now Dan James getting across. Ball's cleared. Only as far as Ethan Ampadu. Gives it to Bornau into the feet of Longstaff. Oh, lovely flick. Is Gabriel offside? He's not, you know. Longstaff, Justin over to the left-hand side to Dan James now on his left foot, onto his right. Will he check in foot? No, goes on the left, pulls it across, takes a deflection, and it's cleared the front post up in the air. And that will go out play for a throw, will it? And it will. I wouldn't say exactly long throw territory right now. Wilson did a super pass for Nanto, didn't finish. Wilf says, as Leipzig are as advanced in their preseason as we are, I think they're slightly ahead of us. Kearns. Clips the ball over to the far right. Lovely ball. Jaden Bogle takes it down. Roll on ahead of him. Wilson infield. Wilson gets his touch on it. Nearly playing with 2 10s behind the striker right now. Pressing looking good with these starters. Almost no room for Red Bull to breathe. Yeah, it's been good. James looks a bit gingerly. Does he? He missed the whole year. There's Dan James, goes around the outside. Sprints infield. Heavy touch. He gets it. He does get to it, but it's blocked. Free kick to Leeds. Another foul. It's 2 free kicks Dan James has drawn in the last couple of seconds. Dan James should be loaned out. Is what it is. I mean, loaned out doesn't benefit you though, Jarvis, does it? You get no money for him. And what's the point? You either use him or you sell him. For me. I'm not in any rush to see Dan James leave. He's one of those few players that just has always played a role for Leeds. Has never complained. You want to put the right character and side before self in your team. That's Dan. I mean, he works his ass off. I think he has a hard rap, personally. Can we upgrade him? Probably. Probably. But unless Leeds are going to go out and spend serious money on another option, he's not a bad backup to Okafor. Or for Wilson. But he is in that bracket now. Squad player. I'll never say a bad thing about Dan James because he has never walked away from us. Of all the crap we've gone through over the last couple of years, he didn't walk away. He played up front when he wasn't a striker, didn't moan about it, didn't do silly press conferences and interviews where he said stupid things, has never thrown his toys out of pram, has just gotten on with things. So, yeah. Dave says, hi, Jer. Would you play 3-5-1-1? I mean, he could do that if he gets a 10. But not right now, no. Calvert-Lewin fights off. It's a foul. It's a bit harsh. Stuart Bauer. Interesting that the last assist for Joe was for Swansea in 2019. Well, apparently he got an assist against Liverpool, unless he wasn't given that. Michael Heather said DJ is on big wages. He's not one of the biggest earners, but he's on decent wages. Yeah. I mean, he's not getting Jack Harrison money, you know? Very few words, to be fair. Nothing personal. I know it is, Jared. I know it is. I'm only having a conversation about football. It's never personal. If it gets personal, then you've lost your argument. Yeah. But no, it's not personal. But I think you do, like, I mean, you look at our midfield as well and think there's probably a couple of lads that could be upgraded there as well. Not to say you want to see them forced out of the club, you know, but you've got to always look every season of where's the upgrade, you know. Lee Dickinson, Farke is a big fan of James, so wouldn't be surprised if he went. Would be surprised. I think he likes players that will work hard, you know, who will retrieve the ball, who'll put the shift in defensively as well, and will do everything for the team, and he does that. A loan for James is pointless. Yeah, he won't improve now. Yeah, that's it. He's at his peak of his powers. He's 28. Ball play forward. James Justin's trying to let that one go through the Cairns. It does get there. Up in the air goes, but that won't go to anybody. Calvert-Lewin's way offside again. Light says, do we really loan out good players? Seems we just not trusting them in certain cases. That could be all it is, Lloyd. But do you know what? Ultimately, it comes down to the manager. Who's he going to play? Who's he going to use? If he's not going to use them, get him out of the club. Not because you want to see them go, but because if he's not going to play them, what's the point in having them? Getting players that he will use. Robert says we could use James as a backup winger or right back. Yeah, I mean, plays right wing back for Wales. You need options. You need a squad. Good tackle by Ampadu there. Dan James picks it up, gives it to Longstaff, back to DJ. Has to push beyond. He does push beyond. And he runs through. Cameraman's gone back. Why would you cut to an injured player when Leeds are on an attack? He got through there. Netball's been brought back for treatment for Ethan Ampadu. James poked that ball through and went straight on after it. Keeper gets out there just to block it. Take Ampadu out, please. He needs to get fit, though. I hate preseason because they need games and minutes to get their sharpness and fitness up, but then you don't want to see them get injured. Yeah, it's the Longstaff gives it back to James. And he just sees a little gap, pokes it through, runs beyond them. It's a heavy one. And then the keeper just gets there before him. But not a bad idea. Arms down, Danny, yeah. He's up. He's up. He's wearing Nike Venoms as well. I do like the look. Throwback boot there as well. Like says Charlie Crew and Harry Gray must be slight. I don't see why they would be. They both need to play football and get loans, and then they're definitely not ready for first team football. And anyone who watched Under-21s last season will know that they both need a bit of work. Well, Harry does, and then Andy Cousins, who's talked a lot about Harry Gray, and even Harry Gray's dad even said he needs to get bigger and he needs to get more physical. So League One will do that to you. Give him a chance to play football and get loads of minutes under his belt. Do footballers get lax in the off season? No, they're given programs usually to work on and they're tracked. And then when they come back for pre-season, they're measured. So measured at the last day of the year before they go out on their break, and measured when they come back in, and they're given programs in the middle as well. Has Daniel Farke been offered a new contract? No talk of it. He's got a year left. I don't think it's that big a deal. So says tackles. The weight of these tackles is very uncomfortable. Hope we don't have casualties. Ball in the box. Calvert-Lewin a header. Saved by Van de Voort. Straight at him. Michael Brown surprised in English referees officiating this match against the Germans. Again, it's pre-season. Better Leeds. Hence why we will be playing League 2. He will be playing. Yeah. Jared, love that ball. 17. Leipzig are leaving the booting too much. It gets physical, yeah. They're getting ready for their season. They're all got to be able to deal with it, lads. Got to be able to deal with it. Wilson. Bogle. Down the line for Wilson's run. Will he get to this? Not a lot on it. He does get a touch. Go on, Harry. Check in field. Does. Nutmegs. Goes in field. Gets taken down. No free kick, says the ref. Shoulder. Jesus, how many fouls is the ref going to allow? Yeah. Nice ball. Great bit of football. Get out there, yeah. Have a look at the clock there, lads, on the timer that's on the screen right there, and then have a look at the Leeds clock and just make sure you're not ahead of me. You can be ahead of me if you want to be, but just don't be commenting if you are ahead. Bogle, there we go. Nice tactical foul, yeah. So free kick to be taken by Lukeba. Lukeba. I'll get his name right in a minute. I really will. Lukeba. And we got 20 minutes left of this half. Oh. Check these numbers real quick. Yeah, Kearns has the ball in his hands. All good. I can Bryn is rattling out the German on the commentary team. So RB have a back, left hand side. Vermeeren gives the ball around. Switch over to the right hand side. Henriks. Captain on the side. Back to Stev. Over to the right hand side again. Play back in field by Maximovic. Sorry, Maximovic. Nanto is young, was young, maybe just different. Better player at that age. Lloyd, he was a better player. People always say if you're good enough, you're old enough. So they're obviously not good enough. Live fan call in between games. No. We might take a break at halftime though. Which means they've got to do a thing, don't they? It's a free kick to RB. Let's get a bit of stick. Ball played into the penalty area, flicked on by Jaden Bogle, front post. Calvert-Lewin heads it away. And Longstaff will take off after this, try to get a bit of a block on it. Henriks whips it. It's a low cross, pings around, headed away by Ampadu. Shots taken from distance, straight at Alex Kearns. Good save, well held. Is it true that explosive pace has consequences? I would imagine so, yeah. Fibre tears, hamstrings. Michael says, Jer, with the Leeds United match against Manchester United in Dublin, will you be appearing on TV before the match like you did? No, haven't been asked. Which is fine. Go watch the game. Not hanging around last year. It was nice to do it last year, but no, I haven't been asked. Jer should be the grandma. Yeah. Told you, YouTubers aren't liked, lads. We're not liked. Wilson. Dan James. Justin crosses the ball and it's gone behind everyone. There's no one coming through the middle. And Vermeeren gives the ball away. Oh, Leeds press. Good tackle there by Ethan Ampadu. Dan James won't get to it. Henriks picks it up. Esteve there on the outside to the right hand side to Bakayoko. Leeds get over. Good tackle. And it's a throw into Leeds. Did we get that? Yeah, Leeds throwing. Good stuff. Like I said, Reevy had at 16, different era though, Lloyd. Very different time, mate. There's different times, bigger squads, different game, completely different game, you know. Like I'm 45 now. I might make my senior debut at 16. I would be shocked if I ever got picked at 16 nowadays for a senior team, you know. Dave says, finally made it to a live stream. I'm about 18 seconds in front watching on Rebel TV app. Welcome in, Dave. Well, David, you texted me yesterday. Something on Instagram. Derek said, looks like Harry Gray is playing on the right of a three. Yeah, he's been playing there in pre-season for them. Just games from, isn't it? Good to get a bit of variety in his play. They haven't asked because you talk too quick. I'm sorry, Pierre. It's an Irish thing and a Cork thing specifically. Anyway, Ampadu to Tarek Muharramovic. Round the outside for a run of James Justin. He'll get in behind here on the left. We'll take it down. He's got DJ behind him on his right foot. Plays the ball in. Good shot. Oh, it's gone over. Jared, you're ahead of me, mate. Wilson should have scored. Yeah, don't stick the comments in the chat if you're ahead, lads. Smart move by Justin. Checks back onto his right foot, lays it across, and he just tries to open the body up and But by doing that, you're leaning back and he lifts it up over the top. Ah, well. Lloyd said, I think they're a bit softy. I mean, you're probably not wrong, Lloyd. You're probably not wrong. Pierre's teasing. I know I am. I do talk too quickly, Pierre. And I'm okay with that. Don't worry. But unfortunately, that's how I talk. Target looks well. Worth every penny. So far, so good, yeah. Bogle goes back. Be nice to get a goal, wouldn't it? I think we're going to have to wait till the seconds come on before we start seeing some goals. I think Milton should have scored there. Yeah, I agree with you. Cairns. Muhardomovic. I have to get how Bryn pronounced it because Bryn asks them. James. Longstaff. Back to Muhardomovic. Ampadu. Borno. Bogle. Ampadu. Lovely ball forward. Little flick from Calvert-Lewin around the outside. Joe Rodon goes bombing after it again. But this time around, it's he's dealt with. But I tell you what, he's bursting forward. Needs a press in here now. Vermain, that's the one when it's chipped up in the air. That's the one where you need to press. Maharovic might be a bit special. He might be light. Neil said, I'm Irish too. We don't talk too quickly. Other people hear too slowly. I always say we have to talk quickly. A famine could happen at any moment. We've got lots of things we want to get off our chests. Mark says, personally, I listened to Jer 2 times. Jesus, Mark. That's brave. Must sound like a chipmunk. Muhardomovic equals Mirror Man. We need a name. We need a name. There's been definitely an element of this where Leeds have been happy to let them have the ball and try and just work on the defensive shape, which again, pre-season, perfect stuff. You know, don't have to go chasing after it, but you would like to see a change at some point. Otherwise, it is just containment. Michael said, what position is Rodon playing at times? He's nearly playing as a right wing back. He's playing as an outside right centre back, but then Ampadu drops in between Bornau and Muhardomovic, which allows Rodon space to attack. Wilson, little layoff to Ethan Ampadu. Lovely little layoff there. Ampadu comes in field. Now it's Sean Longstaff. Chance to open it out on the far side. He does. James Justin now. Down the left-hand side. He's got two overlapping. Still Justin. He waited too long. But Longstaff, he waited too long. Ethan Ampadu had made a great run on the far side if he could have got that ball out of his feet earlier. Dr. Cox, good afternoon to you. Hope you're well. Jared says Leeds. Wow, just breaking the press. Love it. Yeah, it's been really good. Muhardomovic. Justin. Oh, nice. Keep it straight out of play. Bit of miscommunication there with the lads. And Vermeeren to Estev. Gives the ball to Lukeba. Over to the left-hand side to Finkraf. Into the middle of the park to number 6, Banzuzi. Long ball over the top. Chance for them to get in behind. Will Kearns get to this? He will. Well read, Alex Kearns. Rui Costa out of return. Oh, do you know what? One of my favourite players of all time, Rui Costa. Beautiful footballer. Beautiful footballer. So says Justin James, the timing is right with the overlap, but you need a left foot player. Correct. JJ Crapos, yeah. This is the problem with right footers on the left. Wilson, a little bit of work by Wilson there. Gets it back off Bogle. Wilson comes in field. Still Harry Wilson. He's got a man free in the middle. If he lets it go, he does. It's a terrible ball. Oh, it gets caught under his foot. It's nearly more bounces off his foot than he passes. He needs to just roll that into the path of DCL, and he's got a one-on-one there. But nice break. Nice bit of build-up there from both of them. Was James Trafford presented to the fans before kickoff? I don't know. Light says Muhardomovic got a good left foot. Really pings it. Yeah. Snooker player style, yeah. Puts the pace on the ball for you to control it. Rui Costa was amazing. Who scored for us? DCL. Good goal. Bogle on the halfway line. Ball around the outside. Joe Rodon running down like a right winger. Plays it around the corner. Low. Calvert-Lewin runs in and taps it in. Lovely goal. Final ball lacking again at the minute, but they're still rusty. But there's some nice moments here. You can start to see the understanding coming together. Still getting used to each other and where they're going to run, but it's getting there. Play forward, poor ball, picked up by Estev. Now it's Henriks. Into midfield to Banzuzi. Goes across the middle again. Picked up by Lukeba. Gets it back. Wilson a bit rusty today. Yeah, they all would still be a bit rusty. This is why 260 minutes is good. Plenty of minutes. Banzuzi runs into the box. Borno knocks him out of the way. Kearns picks it up. Good stuff. Wilson had controlled it. They were open. Yeah, absolutely. 2 in. Little poke. Lena T or Lynette says Mother Movement equals Maharmovich. Mother Movement. Love the Irish. Jeffrey Meyer, DCL, IPW, Pierre says now this is the time to make mistakes. Is this a UCL team? Did they qualify? I think they did. I could be wrong. We'll check at halftime. And we're looking far more dangerous than them. But that's it. We don't, I mean, they have plenty of the ball, but they're not doing massive amounts with it in front of our goal. And when we do get it and we break, we're creating half chances. So, yeah. Good workout so far. The way Leeds United are setting, playing more flexible system. Is this Farke evolution along with the long throw being a whip? Maybe so, which is a great sign if he is evolving as well as a manager. Dr. Cox says, Danny, I'm looking at getting my Irish passport. Hopefully, get on board. Borneo is really playing well. He is. Nice one, Coxie. Yeah, he's doing well. Longstaff. Muharmovich. Heavy touch infield, but Dan James gets there. Bounces off both of them. Breaks out. Left to the right-hand side. Ball by Maximovich. Down the road for Banzuma. Good tackle by Muharmovich. There's a slip there. There's no foul there. He's slipped, hasn't he? Morning, Kenneth. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for the message earlier on. They finished third. There you go. Warner playing like a thug, using his size and weight to his advantage. Very good. Danny, yeah. You can go anywhere in Europe, then you can. European passport. You've got free movement of travel throughout the European Union countries. Easier to get into the States as well. Mini Chip says Borneo had a brilliant preseason. So far, so good for him, yeah. So free kick to RB. It'll be an in swinger, which I don't like. This will go in on top of Alex Cairns, you'd imagine. A bit of pace on this as well. There it goes towards there. It's flicked on, and it's well done again by, I think it's Sebastian Borneo gets the flick on that corner kick. Good defending from Borneo again. Dr. Cox says, Jer, yeah, I will qualify via my grandma. She's from County Louth, up the road from me. I'm right outside Drogheda, County Louth. Tanya Jacobs said, anyone else bored by this game? It's pre-season, Tanya. This is what you get. Working on things, you know. It's essentially a training match. Has it been halftime? No. 260 minutes today. Outswing corner. Header one, and it's going to go well wide. Goal kick Leeds. Has it been? No, hasn't. Made the mistake of turning on notifications for the Carabao Cup games. 25 games started at once. Bob Mander says Borneo is so underrated. Steps. Do you know what? I don't think he's underrated. I think he does exactly what we think he does. I think he comes in and he plays steadily when he is needed. I think he's a very good deputy. I think he's been very reliable for Leeds when he's been used. I think he'd like more minutes. I think that's why if he does go, it'll be because he wants to play. But I don't think Leeds have been in a rush to see him go. Light said Borneo, very reliable since the last game of the season. Seems fitter. He does. I thought he was very good last year. Very good against Spurs at the back end of last season when he came in. I thought he was excellent in that game. Didn't realise Prison got the assist. That's obviously being rolled. Yeah, rolled on. Yeah. Bakayoko infield. For Mirren. Goes back. I like how Rodon autocorrects to Prison though. This is Farke joking. Alex certainly seems to be doing a great job also. So far so good for him. Jer, how is the job market in Ireland at the moment? I'm planning to move to Ireland. What do you do for a living, Dr. Cox? I'll tell you. Neil says, didn't realise you were in Drogheda. Bruno Boyne, around the corner from me as well, Basin, from Newgrange, over the road, the Irish Pyramids. Older than the Pyramids, actually. Amazing Neolithic sites. I live in Duleek, in County Meath. Hence my involvement with Meath Football Club. But, cross is blocked. Gonna bounce. Cairns will get to this. He won't. Corner kick. But I'm on the border with Drogheda and Louth. Still in County Meath. Dr. Cox is loads of work. There's loads of work for them. Well, says Borneo is worth more than. I think I would agree with you. Yeah, I mean he's proven he can do it in the Premier League. So yeah, I would agree. Couldn't replace him for that. I don't think he could, unless you got like a. I don't want to say his name. You know what I'm talking about. Outswing corner, headed away by James Justin. Like I said, cannot imagine Rodon not being at Leeds. I love him. And again, I just don't know where this narrative that he needs to be taken out of the Leeds team or Leeds need to replace him. I don't know where it's come from. Or that he's a poor player. For me, he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Such a reliable player, and I think he's got better year on year on year on year. Major, I went to school in Drogheda. I went to school in Tallaght in Dublin. Born in Cork, went to school in Tallaght in Dublin, lived there for 18 years, then moved to Navan, and then Duty. Been around. Bit of a spell in Scotland for a little bit in Renfrew. Out swinging corner. Headed away again by James Justin. They're not beating the first man in the corners. Played in midfield. Henrik's out to the right hand side to Bakayoko. Going to go 1v1 against Bogle. Little drag of the ball on his left foot. Looking for the ball. There it is. Goes on the outside. Crosses it in. Cleared easily by Ethan Ampadu. That front post. Good stuff. Well done. I've worked in retail. Been a bin man and worked at administration. Been out of work for... Well, Panda Waste in Ireland there, where I live, is one of the companies. There's loads of waste management companies here. Retail, shouldn't have a problem getting a job in retail. There's lots of opportunities there as well. I've worked in retail. I can point you in some directions if you ever get over here. So yeah, Dr. Cox is model. He models balaclavas. Careful, Danny. Careful. Too close to the border for that. Headed up in the air. Bakayoko gets a touch on it. Leeds going to fight for this. Bakayoko gets another touch on it. Henriks has it. Fix it in field. Back to Bakayoko. A little ball forward for Henriks. Good little football there. Checks onto his left foot. Crosses the ball in. Headed up in the air. Barney gets a push in the back there. Referee says free kick, Leeds. How's things going with the football team? Meath. M-E-A-T-H. I say Meath because that's how we pronounce it. But Meath FC. Still going through a process with the FAI. We'll be launching an academy regardless of whether we get into the League of Ireland or not. But we're still working on it. It's been a tough couple of months. This Byram still at the club. Was apparently training in Ellen Road last week, but no news on a contract. Like said, Rosen plays like Bremner, like his life depends on it, and I love that about him. Cairns kick out. Header won by Red Bull again. They get the ball back. Vermeeren. Longstaff stays with him. Played forward. Touched by Romelu. Back to Vermeeren. Back to Romelu. Play by Leeds. Good tackle. Rodon, as loyalty goes, he's up there. Stayed with us when others jumped for more money. Utmost respect. Rodon is brilliant. I love watching you and Connor, but he seems to think Rodon is one of our worst defenders. Like, I get on fine with Connor. Connor has a player every year that he has a problem with, but I don't know why it's Rodon this year, because for me, he's one of our players of the year last year, so I don't know where it's come from all of a sudden that he's not good enough. I mean, he definitely is good enough. I mean, I think he made one mistake last season. That was it. Half the problem with Rodon is we don't talk about him enough because he just does his job. And when you're fighting relegation, if you're not talking about a player, chances are he's doing well. So it's a strange one. But look, each to their own. Every person has their own preferences, you know. I don't think we ever will become Red Bull Leeds because you're not allowed to do it in England. So, yeah. It's kind of a moot point, but it'll keep being made. Kearns has been more than good enough, number one, since he was introduced, let alone number two. Yeah, but it's... Yeah, I don't know if he is, though. Be fair, short, long term. Chance to shoot. Breaks again, Henriks. Cleared by Ethan Ampadu. There's going to be a half time in this game. There is 60 minutes. Any minute now, hopefully. I'm going to put up a holding screen, by the way, for half time. I'm going to get a drink because my throat's dry. I've been here an hour. And then we'll come back and go again, okay? So you don't have to go anywhere. I'll keep the stream running. Sam Barham is currently here in Rothwell, Leeds, at our children's farm with his family. There you go. Rodon goes under the radar. I agree with you, Dr. Cox. Thanks very much for relief. No problem. I mean, Hull City couldn't change the name to Hull Tigers. Cardiff couldn't change their colours to red. You know, they were stopped each time. So Connor is so negative. I stopped watching. Listen, I don't talk about other people's content. Everyone's entitled to make whatever content they want. No issues. Played around. It is Bakayoko again on his left foot, flicks it forward. Romeo lets it run. Cairns going to come out and get that. Well done, Alex. Good stuff again. Lloyd says is Rodon vice captain. He could be. So there we are, half time. I'm going to stop the clock. Stop. And I'm going to just... Right, I've not gone anywhere. But there's going to be a halftime screen now. And I'll see you in about 10 minutes, okay? See you in a sec. Sorry about that. I turned off my volume. There we go. How are we all doing? I was looking a bit rough until I realised I was watching something. Hey, because all bald people look the same. Isn't that right? Yeah. Does Pierre play or just... I think Pierre will come on. Yeah, I think you might see changes here. Hasselbank. Cantona got us toward the line 92. Oh, did he though? Did he? Did he? I was muted. We're not anymore. Sorry. My fault. I'm going to try and change the lineup when the lineups get changed. Carl Schutt. Great show for... I loved Carl Schutt back in the day. I'm just waiting on the lineups to be... reposted. Changes too. We'll crack on then. Jared, did you have a Red Bull? I changed your break. No, I got a big jug of water. I loved Hasselbank until he walked away from Leeds. Yeah, because they could like on the video, that'd be as a stream, that'd be great. We're what? Couple of hours in at this stage, so I mean, you know, I've done some stuff, so you can like it if you fancy. Oh, lads. Right, team sheets. Have they announced? Yeah, they haven't announced the changes yet. So we need to wait for the players to come back out on the pitch until we get the actual the new team sheets. James has been good enough for the Premiership. Has never been good at Man United. Crowd times. Speed merchant. Well, he is a speed merchant. Yeah. Beckford, to be fair, Area Club was phenomenal. Lower divisions. Yeah. Brolin was okay. I got very excited when Brolin joined Leeds. I loved him. And I was so happy when Leeds signed. I thought it was a massive signing. And then what happened? It's a real shame. Just come home. Any live channels yourself and Joe? Good stream. Live streams. The game is free on LUTV. So leedsunited.com, you'll see it there. It's completely free. It's also free on Red Bull TV. Stephen Underwood, I loved Jaboa, but he wasn't here long enough to be called a Leeds great. No, I loved him as well, but yeah, same as. Richard, LUTV, IR, yeah. Don't mention Judas, yeah, absolutely. Jaboa was definitely Leeds great. Come on. It's over time, isn't it? Time versus games equals legend status. So yeah. Just highlight that we need a backup left foot. Oh, we desperately need a backup left footer. I mean, Scott says Muharmovic, the signing of the season, looks double the money already. Tony Curry was our best striker for a long time. Dad was a big fan of Tony Curry. Thomas Brolin, back in the days of Sweden. I used to watch an awful lot of Serie A, and Parma had that beautiful white kit with the blue and yellow, which was almost Leeds-esque as well at that time. And Brolin was playing for them. He was outstanding. I thought he was going to be a phenomenal player for Leeds. It didn't work. Tony Kerr was midfielder. Sean O'Kane says, Jer, I think game. Wilson still finding his position. Yeah, I think they're all still the two players behind Calvert-Lewin, whereas last season we were a bit wider coming in at an angle, and now very much tucked in straight behind him. So very much like the graphic there, where they're right in behind him. Wilson with Fulham is a bit wider and would take the ball wide in space and come in with it. So there's a bit of work there. Moshika says Thomas Yorkshire pudding. Well, he struggled with that. So did Tony. So did Klein Weinhardt, who I believe is still in Yorkshire. They weren't the only ones. I can love a Yorkshire pudding. You're all the fight, Brolin. He's great. Paul Magley, classy player. My missus doesn't think live. Give her a wave. Hello to Richard's missus. There you go. We're live. Wilson almost had a free roll. He did a bit, in that 10 roll. You can probably see where Leeds are looking to bring in a 10. It would be great if they updated the team sheets right now, because this is going to take ages to do. And then it'll be a guesswork, okay? Viduka, absolutely legend status. No questions asked. Nick Palmer, I wonder if Daniel will try a 4-2-3-1. I mean, probably. Who can play left wing besides Okafor or Willie? Aronson's on now. So Brandon's on. Right. bear with me. We're on. So is Tanaka. Okay, we've got changes. I've got to change the team. Hold the phone, lads. Hold the phone. I gotta do it from the start again, don't I? Yak is on. I'm gonna stick with the 3-4-2-1 for now because I don't know what they've done. You're gonna have to wait for me to update the team sheets, okay? Oh, Yaka's captain the second half. Oh, it's actually a new game. We're getting coin tosses and everything. So we've got to change the score. Back to 0-0, do we? Lucas Metch is on. Aronson's on. So we're back to 0-0. So we're about to get on the way. Brendan Aronson to kick us off on the first half of game 2. PL captain, and yeah, he is. And Farke did say he had leadership qualities. I'm going to Brendan to kick us off. I'm not doing a stupid countdown, are we? There we go. On the way. That shouldn't be 15. That should be 0, 0, 0. We'll just pause it until we get to 20 seconds. You know that? I've got to get all the players right here, so you guys just bear with me a couple of seconds. Mac is pressing the ball, bobbing around, free kick. We've got a ton of changes. The clock's not right either. We'll get to that in a sec. Oh, actually, pause. 30, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Clock's right. Put a clock up, please. I just did. It just did. Right there. You're very quick. Right, I gotta get the team sheet done. Wilson's gone into a 10, has he? Are we going for 4 at the back? Bogle on the right. There's Bial. There's Stack. Justin's on the right of a 3. James Justin's on the right of the 3. Ball 4 for Lucas Mecha. Chance to cross it early. Won't cross. Goes to the end line. Now pulls it back into space. And the foul given away from Anton Stack. Right, I'm going to update the team sheet. Bear with me. I think it's the same formation. So it's Bial. Justin is on the right of the 3. Good start of the second half for Leeds. I think Borneo is on the left, or is it Tariq? No, nothing's been updated in terms of substitutions yet. So hold the phone. Bogle's on the right still. So he'll likely go off at some point. In this half. Justin. Bial. It is Maharmovic. Tanaka. And left back. Oh, he's playing a left back. Ball played forward. Mecha is a 2 there. Aronson. Wilson's behind him. Wilson's definitely in a 10. I think he's gone to a 4-2-3-1 with Maharmovic playing left back. Clipped over to the wing position. Played down the line. Tanaka pressing. Ball's pushed away. Go up by Tanaka again to win that ball back. And again, that's a free kick. Oh, Jaden Lena. Don't think Jaden Leno exists in this. He does. Ball plays back. What number is Leno wearing? 65. Oh, we're back with just in a second. Lovely ball in the corner there. Would he keep it in? Bogle didn't keep it in, unfortunately. So we've got Anton, Stack, and Tanaka in the second half. Pretty different midfield. Going for Red Bull. And it comes. Press back by Aronson. Mecha now chasing. Ball goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Wilson. And Aronson. Nearly done. Aronson. Not Paxton. And then Lucas Mecha. Pressing again. Done. I'm assuming Max Kearns is still in goal, is he? I haven't seen him yet. And Red Bull coming down the right side. Aronson's going to get across, try and put a bit of pressure on. Checks back. Still Doku. Not Doku. Bakayoko. Big switch. They haven't changed all their players, which is good for me because I haven't got it listed anymore. Yeah, still Alex Kearns in goal. Well, that would have been nice for Mahadis to get a run out, wouldn't it? Right. There we go. Team sheet's done. I'll get this up on the screen now for you. Now, Farke having a big chat with Reece Chadwick. So he's going to come in at some point, I would imagine. Just let you know, Jerry, you're about 3 minutes behind. I'm not behind. I'm exactly on what I'm looking at. You're ahead, which was normal with a live stream. So there's a deliberate delay done on live streams, by the way. People can't do things online. They can get rid of it. Your subs are all on for I'm doing it. On Match Center. Well, I'm stunned now. Done now. I wouldn't mind the Red Bull subs. Are they there? Oh, nice bit of play from RB on the edge of Leeds penalty area. Play backwards. Vermin. Okay. Leeds go all the way back to Alex Kearns and goal. Takes a touch. Gives the ball to Muharmovic. Goes infield to Yakubiol. He goes over to the right side. Jaden Bogle. And now Tanaka. Okay, we'll update that background now. Yeah, Pennyworth. Oh, Felix FIFA was far worse. Oh, unlucky James Justin was trying to get in behind there. Gonna be more natural feet, footers on the park now. There you go. Team's updated. So as close as we're going to get it. And if it's blurry, I'm sorry. I am. Deeply. Yeah, we got an hour more of this. I'll have to get the RB ones. Yeah, there's always a delay, so don't spoil. If you see a goal and you don't hear my voice talking about a goal, then don't put goal in the chat, even leading up to it. There's a deliberate delay by YouTube on live streams, so if anything bad was to happen, they can kill it before it's actually seen. So it's done deliberately. Where's Trafford Lloyd? He's not back in training until Sunday, tomorrow. So with Leeds next week. Isn't that Tanaka on the pitch? It is Tanaka on the pitch. Yep, he's in the middle of the park there as well. Has Perry gone to Trino yet? He's having a medical, I believe, this weekend. Seth Johnson. Oh, God, Seth Johnson. There's the cold shivers. You know, it said, I just paused my YouTube feed to sync up. Means I can't spoil it. Come on, Neil. Vinny Chief Tanaka is doing okay so far. Yeah, he's busy. He's involved. He's not allowed to play. So he can't play until midweek. Lee Dickinson. I think this might be Kieran's last game for Leeds this year. So let him play. Well, fair. Long ball forward. Headed up in the air by Metcha. Trevor can't play yet. No, he's not allowed. Mandated, I believe. Mandated. Someone's going to bring up Leo Messi again, but, you know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. So someone said Match Center has the substitutions, because I wouldn't mind getting RB's Oh, Linu. Oh, it was a late tackle again, but they get away with that there. And it's a Bakayoko down the line, played in field. Chance to pocket forward. It does go through for Bakayoko again. He's going to run onto the edge of this. Chance to cross a nice near. It's a good, decent cross into the penalty here. It's going to overrun. That's actually a bad cross. Out of play for Leeds goal kick. Match centre. Lineups. RB. Van der Voort, Stev, Lukube, Finkgraft, Henriks. Oh, they've gone. Yeah, they've gone. Right. Orban's come on. So, okay. So, Van der Voort is still in goal. 26 is still Van der Voort. Stev has gone off for Will Orban. That's number 4. The Cooper's gone off for Bichuewi. Shabu, sorry. Keeper has it now. Bichabu is number 5. Fincraft has stayed on. Oh, chance now for Leeds. Harry Wilson blocked. Nicked it back really well there, Leeds. Ball's played forward by RB. Leeds trying to battle for it again. Good work by Bial. And it goes out to play for Leeds throw in, I believe. Should be, yeah. Fincraft is still on. Henriks has gone off for Baku. Baku number 17. Elmas in midfield. He is 19. Come back to Alex Kearns. We're okay for a minute. Vermeen's gone off for Seavold. Seavold is number 13 in midfield. Gomez has gone off number 27. Gomez, he was doing well actually. Solomon's come on for him. Come on, Alex. Is it to Biel? Right, there we go. Back to Carnes again. They are pressing a bit more now. 45 is Kanate. Bial. Yeah, I think you're right. When Ampadu does go off, we tend to lose the middle of the park a little bit. But I think having Stack in there, I think we're a better side with Anton Stack in that middle park with Ampadu. And that's no disrespect to Longstaff. Oh, Jaden Ball. Oh, unlucky, heavy. Justin, Tanaka checks down, out to the right hand side. The ball, a lovely ball forward for the run of Brendan Aronson. He might be offside, but he's going to get to this. Go on, Brendan, hit it. Aronson shoots walls. Well, wide, chance. I think he was offside. He should have put his laces through that instead of trying to find a roller into the corner. I think Brendan is better shooting when he has no time to think about it. As soon as he gets a bit of time, he gets in his head maybe. Great run though, got in behind. And yeah, he just needed to go laces across the first time rather than taking a touch and then looking for the pass. Good position, good pace, good run. Need better quality when you get to the finish, but yeah. Yeah, it went well wide. Well wide there. Cardiff played well for Walter Thursday night against Michael Skubasing. Yeah, they beat them. Stack. Linu. Good to see Linu getting game time. And if Creswell does get used today, I'd like to see him get used in midfield. Oh, Alex Kearns. Cute ball. Tariq to Linu. Ball goes out of play. Should have hit there. Yeah, Donnie, I think you're dead right. When he gets it out of his feet into the penalty area, as he's running onto that, he just needs to whack it straight across the goalkeeper. Gruda taking the ball for Dennis Gruda in the team. Well, throw. Oh, tell me it's pre-season without telling me it's pre-season. Should have been buried. Yeah, Brendan, good turn of pace. Was delayed cross on. Maybe he got stuck between two minds of having a look across, but I think he should score. He should score. Good afternoon, Thirsty Pad. Dr. Cook says, isn't this team we signed Aronson from? It is, yeah. Or was it Salzburg? Salzburg. Maybe Infantino can turn that miss into a goal. Excellent run though, but says Dale. Yeah, it was a great run. Shane Lino with a strong one for Leeds. Throws infield. Headed back. And it goes straight back to Lino. That's a bit tight. Get out of his way, Anton. Goes out of play for our Leeds throw again. Yeah, someone needs to leave their foot in on 45. 45 is Kanate. Strong boy. 18 is Suleiman. Leeds better team by far. It's like we're playing Oxford United. I think we're just working on bits. Farke will obviously not want to lose a game. He's technically won the first one. Harry Wilson's coming off. So that's out of date already. So Harry Wilson got 74 minutes until on comes Callum Mills. I'm excited to see young Callum Mills again. One thing that really stood out to me about Callum Mills in pre-season, all the younger players got game time. And I go back to what Andy Cousins said. It's not about getting game time and coming on and being safe and going left and right and keeping the possession. It's about coming on and trying to impact the game and be brave. And one thing that I thought Mills did very well in pre-season when he did play was trying to get the ball on the turn, run at people, look for dangerous passes. You know? So, yeah, I like that about him. There's no point coming on just passing the ball left and right. Impact the game, or there's no point bringing it in. Anyway, ball's chested down by Harder. 13 is Svald. Pass played backwards. Picked up by Orban. Dr. Cox. Kanate. Not how I'd pronounce. Well, Neil, that would be an ecumenical matter. Anyway. Another late tackle. Sorry this time. Will be free kick to Leeds again. So says Linu. About time giving him a chance. Well, he's played every preseason game, to be fair. This just looks like they won't be buying another left back. I think the plan is still to buy a left back. Mills seems very strong player in the US. Yeah, I go back to it. Like when I looked at Creswell, Pickles, Freddie Lane, the lads, they were all fine, but they kept it safe, you know. Whereas he didn't. He wanted to take chances, going to the gamble on stuff, and that's what you want to see. Bogle, lovely little run turn there, nice little turn, pokes the ball forward for the run of Metcha. He's got an option outside. Metcha shoots some distance. Aronson gets it back to him. Was blocked, tries to scoop it through. He's doing too much on his own now. Aronson. Bogle dinks it up in the air. Header by Lino at the back post. Metcha cleared. Better. And to clip a Red Bull, and the stream's dead. Oh well. We've gone through 74 minutes from a Leeds stream without dying. But it has died. We'll try and fix this. Bear with me. No, stream is gone. I'm sure I'll fix it in a second. We need a out and out playmaker. Oh, we're back again. Back much louder as well. We need an out and out playmaker. Yeah, someone who can stamp out. Yeah, absolutely. Dead right. When we got relegated, Aronson went to FC. He went to Union Berlin. Dr. Cox, does Nanto and Pirro get used to it? I think they will, yeah, at some point. I mean, I think if they don't, the writing's on the wall. So. Because Pirro didn't play any time against Liverpool in the last preseason game in the States, so. Who is he? There we go. Changes me. So Alex Cairns has it. LUTV screen gone. Yeah, that's what I'm watching as well. Yeah. We need a John Giles. God, Jesus, wouldn't you love one of them right now? A baller who can actually put a foot in as well. Good afternoon, Jared. Good afternoon, Jason O'Keefe. Looks like Nanto isn't in Farke's plans. I don't think he is. The young lads are coming on before him. Well, different positions. I think if, well, we'll see. Linu. Ball in field for Mills. Oh. Between the two of them. Heavy touch there. That'll be won back by Stack. That's not a free kick. Aronson, go on, Brendan, have a go. Has a shot, takes deflection, corner kick. It was probably going wide, but we'll take it. I'm not going to update this team sheet, by the way, anymore. Mostly because I don't want to. RB sulking because they wanted to put in... This is the Red Bull that we had the John Kevin Augustin transfer debacle with, by the way. We're all good friends now. So it's okay. YouTube stream still good. Thanks, Terry. Appreciate it, bud. In swinging corner. It's not a bad ball in. It's headed clear. Only as far as Aronson, who shoots. It's blocked. Mills clips it up in the air. Up goes Muharramovic. Mecha gets on it. Lays it off. Aronson again. He's been busy since he's come on. Goes around the outside. Brendan Aronson pulls it back. Good save by the keeper. Mecha gets it again. Still in the penalty area. It's half cleared. They'll get it away only as far as Muharramovic. Oh, tries a little flick through. Doesn't get through. Leeds are on top of him. They're not letting them out. Free kick. James Justin with a foul. Quick free kick chance for them to break down the right-hand side with Suleiman. Baku, sorry. He goes all the way across to 45 Zeus. Kanate into the penalty area. Kanate, heavy touch. And he pokes inside. Tanaka will deal with this. Now don't hang on to it. Ow. Don't hang on to it. Ow. Well done. A little pirouette there and takes the heat out of it and gives it to Brendan Aronson. A little step over from Brendy. Brendy's been decent since he's come on. Stack. Over to the right. Bogle. Justin. And back to Cairns. We got Tyler Adams from this team. We did. You know how long is left on Metch's contract? 1 year. Ball played into Mills now. Oh, that's a run across his body. Beats the player. Still Mills. Checks back. Tries a little pirouette. Got carried away with himself there. Should have headed for space. Won't get a free kick for that, but he did make a little bit of a show of Svivald. Or Svald. And Elmas. Ball breaks in the middle of the park. Brendan Aronson will get on it. We've got a chance to give it to Bogle here on the run. There's a good run from Jaden Bogle. Puts in front of him. Bogle into the penalty here. Jaden Bogle shoots. I think he mishit that. I think he was trying for a cross and it bounced up. Chris James says, how do you think newly promoted sides get on, Jer? I think Coventry will be okay. Could be okay. I think Fulham and Ipswich might go down. I think I would be a little bit worried if I was Fulham, and I'd be a little bit worried if I was Crystal Palace. Unless they get busy in the next couple of weeks. Joaquin is finally here, I believe he is, yeah. I've given him an LUTV watching the game on RB's YouTube. Okay. Little push back there by Beyond, who sends harder backwards. Harder. No. Pierre says you're having a sulk as he has to do too much work and keep the team ships. That's exactly right. That's fun. Yeah, that's it, Pierre. Yeah. I don't want. I thought we scored in the first half. That was a different game. There were 2 halves in that game of 30 minutes. This is a different game. Red Bull TV is very good. Anyone know the extent of Gabby's injuries? A minor hamstring issue, but not confirmed. We did, Paul. Fulham have Charles. They got him, did they? It's a lot of money, though. I wouldn't have said no to him, but I think 30 million is a lot. Or 26 million is a lot. There are 2 60-minute games. Yeah, that's when they've done it. Which is why they can make 11 changes. You can't make 11 changes in a friendly unless you break it up this way. One of the ones that are signing Charles. Leave him to it. Interesting to see what we do in that position, though. Woodnut says my 1A. It will be interesting to see what Leeds do in that position. Or do they do anything? Yeah. Muharramovic. Little layback. Linu. Goes backwards. To Tariq again. Infield to Yacobiol. Pushes the ball out with his feet. Pushes it forward then. RB Leipzig YouTube feed is stable. And is the LUFC feed on commentary. All right, sure. I thought it was 2 60-minute halves. No, 2 60-minute games with 2 30-minute halves within them. Justin clips that ball forward. It's headed away, though, by Bishabu. But he gets back in again. Justin fights for that. Wins it. Goes to Tanaka. Back to Muharramovic. Barrington deserves talks, in my honest opinion. I think he's doing well. It'd be interesting to see what they do with him, because if he doesn't sign a deal this year, they'll sell him. So, last couple of weeks will be interesting. Jaden Bogle now. Aronson makes the run. Chance to cross it. Does cross it. Blocked though by Elmas. And goes out of play for Leeds United. Throwing. No long throw merchant on the pitch right now. So says Trafford's wages, Jerry. Do you think anyone in the squad has a contract that says parity? No, but I don't believe I think he's on in and around the same as DCL and Harry Wilson. So they're the top earners. Taza would be well with BL. Yep. Grinlaw constantly saying third quarter needs to stop that. I know, I think he's joking though. Don't want Coventry to do well. I think they will though. As in they'll stay up. Oh, actually, do you know what? Tanaka's not got a bad throw on him. Flicked on. BL gets the toe poke to it. Justin gets a head on it. I mean, Tanaka. Who knew? Elmas goes back to Orban. Out to the left-hand side to Fringraf. Back in field into the middle to Kanate now. He flicks it in field. I think it's Grud. It's not. It's 19 who is Elmas. He gives the ball to 13 who is Svivald. He's winning it back though. Good work by Mills. Good work by Stack. Stack breaks through. Fouled. Free kick leads. Wouldn't be sweet for Mills to score. Wouldn't in Ellen Rowe. Wouldn't that be excellent? Willow said my first watch along with you, much more Voldemort on crack than I was expecting. Very end. Voldemort on crack. I mean, I've had a lot of things said to me. Voldemort on crack is a new one. By the way, we do watch-alongs for every Leeds game. We just don't do them on YouTube. We do them on a platform called bigup.com. It's free to join. There's no ads. It's completely free access. And we do them there. Taz getting ground as a nickname. I see why it's getting pushed. There's an agenda there. Tanaka over to the left for Linu. Big heavy touch out of his feet. Burst forward. Mills infield. Aronson in the centre. Tanaka further back. Mills has it now. Takes it down. He's looking to beat them. He is looking to take him on and goes down. No free kick. Just not. There's the issue with kids. The physicality. Pushed off that ball very easily there. But he's only 18. And Stack flattens their player. And it's a free kick. The Leipzig. Mills looking good. Alone on top half Champo team could be a good idea. Leeds wages compared to clubs like Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea is pittance. Oh, it is, yeah. We're talking 100, maybe 100,000, 110,000 a week. You go to those clubs, you're talking 400,000 a week. You're talking millionaires within months. 2 separate games for 60 minutes. Yes, that got stuck in. Yes, he did. Voldemort. Yeah, MSN Productions says Voldemort. Nice touch by Tanaka. Tanaka has been to Ninja Arm School, hasn't he? The Ethan Ampadu fast school of long throws. Long ball forward. Groda's trying to get on this. Linu deals with it. Getting bullied a little bit there. Goal kick to Leeds. Good work by Jaden Linu. No praises from Stack there, not at all. Linu doing okay. He's no mug. No, and he's not afraid to put the shoulder or the leg in it either as well. So says Linu and Mills. Good to see them getting tested. Don't want to be finding out their limits in the league games. I don't think you'll see a lot of them in the league games. But I think it's good to have them in the squad. And maybe see them in the cup matches or on the squad or coming on in matches maybe. Really good response from our squad. Big up. The only issue is you need to use Google Translate to understand. Pierre, I'm going to start screening your comments. You know that? Those dugout stink of temporary, by the way. Mills looks a tidy footballer but needs to bulk out, as they all do. Yeah. Paul says, I'm claiming the Taza nickname. I copyright it because it belongs to me. Michael Heather says, good man Stack. And so slow says Tanya. Yeah, it is. Tanya. Slow. Clipped forward by Van der Voort. Over the top, looking for the run of Suleiman. Checks. Mohammed stays with him. Tanaka gets the header away into space. Picked up by number 17. It was Baku. He goes backwards with the ball. To Svivald. Baku again, but Lino gets a toe on that. Mecha picks it up. Has to hold it, loses it. Come on, Lucas. That's got a stick better with your pal. Ball breaks out to the left hand side. Down the line by Kanate. Crossed in. Shots taken edge of the box by Elme. Headed away by Bial as far as Jaden Bogle. Elmas, sorry. Bogle just whacks it up in the air. And that'll go out of play for an RB throw-in on the halfway line. No? It's not going out of play. Something, or did it come back in? Maybe hit the stand. Need to see would it come on for a bit. Yeah, I would think so as well. Bogle's still on the beach. Metch's garbage are controlling the ball and holding it up. He has his moments. For me, Metch is a finisher. But Is where we are. Svald? Are you going to do a watch along for the Man United game in Dublin? I'll be at that game. Yeah, we won the first game 1-0. This is the second game. I think we do need another number 9 to hold the ball up. I think they know that as well. Jared Fletcher says, I still can't believe we signed these 3. What a window so far. It's been a very strong first 2/3 of it. Next 3 weeks are going to be interesting. Ins and outs. Pretty poor game. Mickey, it's kind of a very much a pre-season-y game. Players trying to dust the cobwebs off, trying to embed new players, maybe new ideas. Game highlights. We need a bit more up front. Yeah. Aronson. Again, got clips his heels. Come on, ref. Spoiling the game. I've come around to the new home kit. I think I'm digging it now. I'm not digging it. I don't hate it. But, no. Not one I'll be buying this year. Love the away kit. Looking forward to the third kit. Although I have a horrible feeling it's going to be a generic pattern with a black kit with a big red and yellow orange Red Bull logo in it. Stack clips the ball into the penalty area towards the back stick. It's cleared. Only as far as Callum Mills on the edge of the box. Takes onto his right foot. Whips the ball in. Good ball by Mills. Oh, it's a chance for Justin. And he gets it all wrong. Flag was up. Would have been offside anyway. And the first break happens in the half. Is he calling it the Red Bull energy break? Need to stop that. Charlie Creswell coming on. Reece Chadwick coming on. Willie Nonto coming on. For half an hour. So there you go, lads. You get to see Nonto now. Nonto and Chadwick coming on. It says 1-0 on BBC Sports. It says 1-0 on SofaScore as well, but they clarified on the commentary. It's the second game. Ad break, yeah. I wonder why we seem to have lost all interest in Hamer. I think we've moved past that level. George Leipzig, yeah. And Jared said, I like and wear a lot of black. Looking forward to seeing the third. It's just the red and yellow slapped in the middle of it, you know. Darren Willie third. No, not third team, because there's, still players out there that needed to come off. So, and it doesn't matter as long as they're getting minutes. Keep them taking over. That's all this is about, with minutes. That was the first game. BBC Sports slightly slow to adjust the score. Slightly new to this new idea of 2 matches in one day. Damien says, feels like the writing is on the wall for Nonto. Sadly, he's only getting half an hour. Yeah, Although Pirro's getting nothing by the looks of it, which that would suggest he's going to go if he doesn't get on at all. Unless they start making weird changes and they take off Muharmovic and Justin and go to a 3 at the back or 2 or 4 at the back and get created there. Creswell can obviously play in centre half as well. And centre mid. Still no Pirro, no. Willie will have a good spell this season. He's a decent player. Hopefully. Agree regarding Nonto. Notice no Pirro. Yeah, absolutely. Jody, how you doing, pal? What score is it, Jer? It was 1-0 in the first game to Leeds. Calvert-Lewin scored. And this is the second game, first half of the second game, and it's 0-0. Hope you're well, Jody. Dick Palmer said, no Pirro, really hope he's moving on. I think he might be. Hamer would not add quality to the Leeds team. Hamer not needed. You got Wilson. Hamer not needed. Showed no ambition when they sought after and preferred to stay at Sheffield. I think he wants to stay there again this year. Light said, Nonto is in his last season at Leeds. You get that feeling, all right. Jeffrey Meyer, what is the oval pod that these players are wearing? Distance counter. GPS. Also does their heart rate, their oxygen O2 output, and the distance covered. So they're checking their running stats. So you would imagine you'll see after the game, the lads that haven't hit their running stats will be doing runs up and down the pitch. They hit their running stats. Working away, Jody. Good man. That's their tracker. Yeah, it is. How far they run, heat maps, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hope you're well. I am Jody. Thanks for asking me. Good to hear you're doing well. Lightning Gamal, Willie was good in nearly every sub. Yeah, he was. I mean, he was fine last season. I just don't think he's a player that Farke wants in his system. And that's ultimately the decision. The manager wants a different player. What do you do? Hang on to him until the manager's gone? He might never be gone, you know? Mills looked the most promising, full of confidence. Yeah. Maybe too much at times. Just rein it back in a little bit at times and play the simple ball. Sometimes when he gets past a couple of players, look for the ball. Then don't try and overcarry it. And Piru to Borough type. I mean, I don't think he wants to go to the Champo, but it does look like that would be a fit, wouldn't it? Free fall. I'd keep Bourne out. He's not done it. No. I think if Borno leaves, it's not because Leeds want to sell him. I think it's because he wants to go and play more football. I've been very mean. I'll stop teasing you. Go nuts, Pierre. I can take you. Piru must be putting on weight with no games. He looks in great shape. Mills should not be coming on before Nanto's. Well, Mills is a 10. Nanto's a wide player. I think if they're both still at the club when the season starts, you'll see more Nanto than Mills. But it also tells you what they're looking at in training and what that looks like. So, Mills has been tidy. I think Get One UK, I think Borna does want more football. So, Leipzig to kick off the second half. I am going to hold my timer because I'm 12 seconds ahead. So RB playing the ball to the left-hand side. 9, 10, 11. We love a heat map that Leeds. We do. Not ability necessarily. Is it Farke knows what Nanto is and isn't? He wants to find out what Mills... I mean, that's probably exactly it. Yeah, Law Protector said Nanto 1. Mills is greater than Nanto. I don't know necessarily, but look good so far. What I've seen them. Yeah, they're all... I mean, look, we don't need to attack our own players, you know? Nanto finally getting mostly with the kids. Well, he's having a look at them, isn't he? Peter always asking Farke to play the young lads. He's having a look at them. Now, Bogle's gone off for Chadwick. We're going to get a change of system. Creswell will go in there at the back, I'd say. Yeah, Creswell's gone in centre half. Looks like a back two now for Leeds. Nice ball by Mills there on the left. Chadwick goes back to Cairns. I mean, you might see RB. They've gone back to Leeds being 1-0 up. Lads, make up your mind. Are we having two matches or are we having one match? There, back to 1-0. LUTV just changed the score. Anyway, there we go. We're back to that. So it's not one game, it's two games. I don't know. Who cares? Nanto at right wing back. Yeah. Mills and Nanto are both on. Tanaka back to Creswell. I want to see Alfie Creswell be braver on the ball. I don't want to see him be safe all the time and go backwards. I want to see him go forward with the ball as well. Score on the pitch says it's 0-0. Must be different to the game. LUTV just changed it to 1-0. So I've changed it back. Yeah. Fernando becoming the next Tyler Roberts. He's much better than Tyler Roberts. Lino comes in field. Nice run by Jaden Lino. Too far again. Needs to let it go then. Tanaka picks up the loose ball over to Aronson central. Drops the shoulder. Opens the ball out to the right hand side. Looking for a bit of space now. Chance to cross it. Chadwick gives it back in field to Aronson. Again, slip through for Nanto offside. Has the ball across and Mills scores, but it won't count. Disappointing. He has the ball on the back of the net in Ellen Road, but it won't count. Yeah, cares about the world record clean sheet for 120-minute game. Yeah. Decent ball there. So Nanto's playing as behind the striker. Chadwick's playing on the right. The mad looking system right now. I need to figure out because it's not three at the back anymore. Maybe it is Bial, Creswell, and no, it's two at the back. Chadwick's playing right back. Ball goes back to Bial. Takes it out with his feet. Tarek needs to be off, isn't he? He is off. He definitely is off. SofaScore App's having a problem with this game. It has like 90 minutes plus 5 currently. Doesn't know what's going on. Tanaka. Over to the left hand side to Linu. Mills wanted it. Didn't get it into Stack's feet. He brings the ball forward. Go on, Anton. Get past. Into Mills. Little turn. Rolls the ball to the left hand side. Lino waits for it. Waiting for the ball to get to him. And they get a touch on it. What a shame for Mills. Yeah. Nanto on the right means James gone. James has gone off again, has he? He's gone off. Aronson. Linu. Stack. Oh, good ball from Linu to Stack. Stack low. Takes deflection. Aronson will try and get on this, and he does with an awkward bounce, and RB come away with a Tanaka. Tanaka gets across. Kruder wins it back. Linu there as well to win it back. Good stuff by Jaden Linu. That's very good. I've lost my headphones. Tanaka. And the be-all three. Tariq the Terminator. Krasol replaced him. Yeah, he did. He did. Do you reckon that they're waiting for Perry to officially go to trainer before they can finally release the Trafford goalkeeper shirt? I think he's going to take the number 1, isn't he? Oh, lovely spin by Mills. Gets away. Still Callum Mills. Over to the right hand side to Chadwick now. 1v1. Goes down the right hand side. Reach Chadwick. Low across the box. Takes deflection. Nanto gets there. Willie Nanto. Low across the box. Takes deflection out for a corner. Tell you, there's a bit of energy now, isn't there? It's all just picked up just a little bit. Nanto can play as a second striker or 10. Yeah, Nanto for me can play anywhere in those front forward roles. Good stuff. Corner kick to Leeds. Good stuff by Chadwick as well. He has filled out. And he's not afraid to put his foot in. Corner kick. And it comes for Leeds towards be-all. Nanto. I mean, Nanto's not going to out-jump the goalkeeper, but fair play. How was Wilson played? Played fine as a 10. Not mass. Oh, they're going in behind us here now. Heavy touch. Heavy touch there. And Chadwick gets back to cover. That got a play? Did. Thrown to Leeds. Mills very tidy. Good close control, yeah. Same which, although it was offside, Mills finished his chance well. He did, yeah. Got in a good position. I don't think we'll see Freddie Lane. I don't think we'll see Peru today. Thomas. Backwards. Thomas. Over to the left hand side. You're looking for Baku. No. Spelled. Elmas. Baku. Goes backwards. We have more of the ball in this part of the game than we did in the first part of the game, so it's better. Chadwick looks good as well. Mills is one to watch out for. I think he is, yeah. Is it sold out Wednesday? It is. 80,000 fans in that match. First ever English game played between 2 Premier League games in Croke Park. And Croke Park has a very no English team history. So it's a big day for Leeds and Manchester United. Mills as well there to win the ball back for Leeds. Goes out for a throw to RB. Important to get the younger players a run. Yet we still have a small squad. Yeah. Just gives them a chance to have a look at them, you know. Suss them out in case they need to be used this season in cup matches, you know. And everyone always wants the kids played, so let's get them some minutes. They won't get them when the season starts. I think the under 21s are made to play, so that's scouts from League One. Maybe, I don't know. 80,000, 80k? What's 80k, Jared? The only way Nanto would score with a keeper. Oh, the gotcha. Comes in field, step backwards, picks up midfield again, goes backwards. He's forcing them back. Space on the left hand side, run through the middle there. And right now it's Orban. He goes back. Hey, Shani. Come in field. Push back. Stack. Oh, nice from Anton Stack. And then Tanaka picks up the loose ball. And Leeds break away again. Ball to the right hand side to Nanto. Wasn't a great pass in front of him. He had to check his run. But he's got an overlap with Chadwick now. He's got Stack infield. Aronson as well. He could go back on the outside. He does. Gives it to Aronson. He's got Chadwick ahead of him. Still Brendan. Gives it to Chadwick. He's going to cross. It's low. He does go ball. Oh, Mills on his right foot. Oh, I don't think he expected that one. It was a slight move just in front of him. But he's getting in really good positions. Jeffrey said, okay, this is a full game and a full 30-minute extra time with Leeds winning 1-0. Apparently. 80,000 in Dublin expected. Yeah. For pre-season. That's incredible. It is, yeah. Arsenal played best during the week in the Aviva and almost sold it out. Almost not good enough. Arsenal, Leeds sold it out. So RB coming through the middle. BL gets across. Linu's there as well. Mills gets back and Mills is doing very well. And I'm getting excited because he's a young lad, but he is getting involved in the game. And that's what you want to see from them. Historically, to have a soccer match at Croke Park is historic. Yeah. To sell it out was amazing. Ireland played a couple of games there, but it was a real effort for the GAA to let Ireland in. There basically was a no English sports policy with Croke Park, and soccer was classified as an English sport for those who don't know. There's a lot of history in that ground as well. It stands the name of people that were killed during the 1916 Rising, the War of Independence. So it's a big deal to have two English teams playing a match in that ground. And to be the first ones to do it as well is a really big deal. Jer will be in Dublin crowd, be heavy scum 50-50. I think it's 50-50. Mr. Mills could have scored that one. He could have. Ask your parents. Kids mostly showing that we've got a boy and need. Yeah, we do. Sean says, oh, Millsy, lad, best Mills to play for Leeds since that. We don't talk about him anymore, Sean. Made chip 50-50 scum and Leeds. Yep. Anto Garrett. Hey, Anto. I almost won the lotto. I'll be in work Monday. Ah, yeah, almost. Kroger, fantastic stadium. It is great atmosphere there as well. The cross was a bit fast from us. I think there was a player just moved in front of him. And that's what blocked his vision for a split second. So nice to get another goal though, wouldn't it? 20 minutes left. 18 is Sani. Sunaman. Yeah. Jeffrey Meyer says, heavy scum, time to clean out the pond. Okay, Leeds is a Welsh team, mostly. BL. Cresswell take it off him. Almost sold out, yeah. Callum Mills on the left hand side brings the ball forward. How do Kieran? Stack. Oh, nearly got caught in possession there. Gives it back to Cressy. In the midfield to out Tanaka. Could open it up. Doesn't. Goes back infield. Mills in a lovely pocket of space. Good movement off the ball. Tries to flick it inside. Gets done. But Stack picks it back up. Goes out to the left hand side to Jaden Linu. Back to Stack. Leeds looking for a gap. Mills is doing lots of little work off the ball to pick up little spots, which is nice to watch. He's looking for pockets of space, which is clever. Chadwick. See, going backwards with the ball is not what you want to see from the young players. Go forward. You know, gamble. Creswell to Nanto. Nanto infield. Lovely run from Brendan Aronson. Chance to cross it. Mecha! Oh, just in front of Lucas Mecha. And he can't get on the end of that. Unfortunate. Good breakthrough there, but he's nice ball play through for Aronson. Puts probably a little bit too much ahead of Mecha. Jared says Caribou decent matchups on. Sean Healy said also the GAA stopped Shamrock Rovers from building their stadium because the GAA wanted to have Gaelic names in Tallaght Stadium, and Rovers said no. Well, the thing about Rovers Stadium is Rovers don't own that stadium. It's owned by the South Dublin County Council, and it's supposed to be a community stadium. That's where the funding came for it. So technically they have to let Gaelic games be played in it, but the pitch isn't big enough. So that's the problem. The pitch was made too small. Nigel Mitchell. Hi, Jer. What do you think we still need? I think we need a left back cover. I think we need a 10. I think we need a 9. And I wouldn't be against one more, maybe box to box midfielder. But yeah. Net for Messi. BL. Over the halfway line. Gives the ball to the feet of Brendan Aronson. You're ahead of me, lads. And Aronson over to the right hand side. Chadwick back to Brendan. Turns around. A good game, Brendan, since he's come into this one. Jeffrey and Jared, I think he might be slightly ahead. I don't know for sure yet, though. Stack loses it. Tries to go through the middle. Ball's one. Free kick to Red Bull. Maybe you're not ahead of me. Yeah, Brendan's come back and look busy. Ball in field. Default. If you are watching and you want to comment and you can't comment, comments are open to subscribers. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you can have a chat and get involved in the comments if you want. RB building out from the back. Nanto's going to press. Metch is there as well. Mills is there. Going into the centre of the park. Leeds is sending him back. Brendan doing a bit of pressing there again. It's good press by Leeds. Tanaka now. Mills and now have a go with it. He's pushing them back. Trying to force the mistake here. And Stack wins that back. Tanaka doesn't get enough on it. Aronson gets there. There's a slight tackle back to Nanto, who loses it. And now there's a breakaway for RB, and they break over the halfway line. They've got 3 players forward. They've got Harder and they've got Gouda, and he's into the penalty area. Bial gets a little, Creswell gets a touch on it, and the shot from Suleiman goes over the crossbar. And a good little nick by Alfie Creswell. Nearly said Charlie. Alfie Creswell there on the break to stop him from getting in. Sean says, Pierre says, Matthew couldn't get further than me. Aronson's cross. Yeah, he'd been offside. Sean Ely says, yeah, true, Jer. We have the international women's game there. That's enough. As you can tell, not a Gaelic games. But again, technically they're entitled to play Gaelic games there, but the pitch isn't big enough, so they can't. So it says Mancini, now back in Italy, manager will be keen to keeping Nonto. Yeah, so he wants to be playing games. Free Fallen, how you doing, mate? Hi, Jer. Do you think we need to give Aronson a new contract? I don't mind Brendan. I think you could upgrade that position. I think you'd have an impact off the bench this year. I think unless it's going to cost you mega bucks, you could probably upgrade it a bit. Yeah, they could probably give him a slightly longer contract. But I think if you get to the last week of the season and he's not indicated he's signing a new deal, I think you have to look at selling him then because he goes into the final year. 3 or 2 there. That was good defending. Yeah. Linu, go on, Jaden. Crosses the ball. There's no one in there. He's fouled off the ball though. Following on from the last question, Nigel, what positions do you think we get? At this stage, you're always skeptical that we'll get at number 10 because we've been after 10 for 4 years. I don't think we get a 9. I mean, I'd like to think we get a 9. That's the one I'm skeptical about. And there's also a world where Leeds get absolutely everything they want. But I think maybe they don't get a 9. Come late to the party is that time in the second 60 minutes. It is, yeah. It's 45 minutes of the second 60. Getreuda coming on for RB, formerly of Sunderland. Leeds looked at him this year. Might still look at him again. I'm not sure Nanto is doing enough for Daniel Farke to start him. 85 cents for a stinking soda. Said, I know it's easy watching on TV. Some great runs being made and behind and balls going either sideways or backwards. We need, yeah, and a lot of that comes from pre-season stuff as well. That's sharpness. But the younger players need to look for those. They don't want to give the ball away, but you need to take the chance. John Healy says, would sell Brendy, his value won't get any higher. I don't think it will. 26 now, isn't he, Brendy? I mean, if you can't get better, you keep, don't you? Maybe give him a 2-year deal or an extension. We need a 9 badly. I worry about DCL being nicked up. I worry about DCL getting an injury, if I'm being honest. Stuttgart won Everton 0. And Wolf says, who remembers when you could turn up at a football and pay at the turn? I remember Leeds in League One doing that. Or coming forward, dinked forward, cleared by Alfie Charlie. Foxtrot Tango. Cleared by Croswell. Ball goes back. Save alt. Always to the left hand side. Elmas wants it, he won't get it. Goes back to save alt again. Tipped forward into the penalty area. Harder's trying to get there. Cresswell tries to hold him off. Doesn't do enough to hold him off. Ball goes back. Strange for Alfie Cresswell because Leeds moved him into central midfield in the under-21s last year. So he hasn't played as a centre-half in over a year. And Farkas played him as a centre-half in pre-season. So you'd imagine he should be playing him as a 6 and not as a centre-back. But tricky one from Leonard as well there to push out Gruda. Neil says, the thing that stuck with me about Croker when I watched Ireland play rugby there was the size of the pitch. Yeah, it's massive because it's a GAA dimension, so it's a big pitch. We need Igor Matanovic. Jeffrey. I remember getting lifted over turnstiles. I remember slipping underneath turnstiles. Talca Park mostly. Red Bull go back. That's the build up. He's in a low block right now. You wouldn't describe. I think some people went home after the first 60 minutes as well, by the way. The crowd in the far side has gotten thinner. Leeds Lou, Jerry, do you think Liam Lou could provide fullback? I think as a third option or as a cup option, yeah. I wouldn't be. I think we need an experienced left back as backup or competition for Gabby. He's injured. I wouldn't be starting the season with an unproven player in left back, yeah. And it won't be much worse than the Viva because Viva is higher. Yeah, Cup Park is steep. So. But it will feel slightly further away from you. That makes sense. Are there any Red Bulls worth considering? Not at the moment, not on this viewing. No. Chadwick down the right side to Brendan Aronson. Metcha in the centre. Mills on the edge. Nonto making the run. Ball to Nonto. He'll pull this back. Metcha makes the run. Metcha shoots, scores! Lovely goal from Leeds. 2-0. And it's Lucas Metcha. Told you he's a finisher. He might not be a hold-up player, but he is absolutely a finisher. 2-0 Leeds. Lovely work down the right-hand side again. Same as the first goal. Great work down the right-hand side. Different players this time. Chadwick to Aronson. Good underlapping run from Willie Nonto. Gets to the end line. Pulls it back. Great run from Metcha off the front post. And a little first-time flick. Beats the goalkeeper. Checks away. Then goes back. And it's it gets the keeper done at the near post. Great run by Metcha. Great work off the ball. Clinical. Good work in the build-up for Leeds again. Another good goal from Metcha in pre-season. That's why I like seeing Lucas Metcha with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think they complement each other very well. Lovely goal. Lloyd says Metcha clinical. Yep, absolutely. Get in. 2-0, says Millie. Linu, no offence, is not good enough to cover Gabby. Mills has certainly earned a bit. Yeah, look, they're all 18. So his third choice options in positions where they might get the odd minutes or two in games and being involved in squads is great for their development. But you still want to have a depth there as well. We shouldn't get too giddy too early about young players. Of course, if they do make an impact and they've been pressed down your Farke, then fine. But, you know, you're in your second say, oh, mistake there by RB, and Metcha's going to try and get to that, but he won't. Gertrude gets there and clears it. Lightning, Gamal, Aronson will be a handful off the bench. I agree with you. Tony Collins says, should give Rory a run out on goal. I would have thought the same, but he's not going, unfortunately. He's going to likely go out on loan again this season. Lloyd said, Lino is good enough. 18 Welsh, good. I don't know, Lloyd. He's been fine, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe against some Premier League clubs, but definitely not against the top sides. I wouldn't be putting him in that position and exposing. Because, look, we're Leeds fans. So what's going to happen? You play him in a game against the Chelsea or a Liverpool or a Man City, and he gets exposed. Ball through for Aronson. I think he's onside here. Pulls it back. Metcha's going to get to this. He does! Saved! Too long to think about that one and too straight. Yeah, I think against those sides, you could expose them and you could get hammered by the fan base. So, you know. Sadly, been working up till now. Have we been playing? James, we've been fine, mostly in a defensive block, but it's been good defensive work by Leeds. They haven't really threatened us or caused any problems at all. Arguably, we could have had a goal or two more, so it's not been bad. Damien says, great to see Nonto doing well. Really hope he's kept. Definitely a Premier League level player. I would agree. Now, RB come down the right side, ball playing the penalty area. There's a run over, but Nonto covers very well there. Free Fallen, thank you very much for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Maybe will be decent. Should have been 3. Sean Ely says, any new transfer news? Nothing really, Sean, no. Quiet the last couple of days, which usually means Leeds are working on something, but pretty quiet. Mark Water said, always good to see young lads coming on. Annie showing promise. I remember Eddie Gray's youngsters. Yeah, Callum Mills looks tidy. Linu looks safe. Yeah, look fine. Definitely, they don't look out of place, put it that way. Mills looks like he's got a bit about him. Needs to get a bit stronger, but has a bit about him. That was easier than the goal, says Neil. It was, yeah. Just didn't get his foot around it. Mateship, it's crazy talk to let Nonto go. I think, that's just assuming that Leeds are letting these players go. There could be a fact where the players said, I want to play football, and the option comes up, I want to go. You know? They might not necessarily be pushing for it, but they may have let the management team know if an offer comes in, please consider it. You know? If. Dino is being pushed by Bellamy. I know, but Bellamy's Bellamy. You know? I think we look more balanced this half. We do. We got left footers on the left-hand side. Matthew Burgess, I think if we sign another left-back, a loan for Lino might be on the card. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, I think you get a loan as well. He's very good for your 21s last year. Chadwick did well there, sends him backwards to pick the ball up again. Yeah, it's gone quiet. Heard bits of Rooney Bargy. Rooney Bargy's been linked since the start of the season. There isn't one person credible that's mentioned Rooney Bargy, mate. Anyone talking about Rooney Bargy is talking about their arse. There's nothing in it. And if there is, you get the feeling it'll be an end of transfer window loan. Piroger, so he's not being used today. I think that suggests he's gone out. Get Alex, hold on. I would imagine that means he's gone. He's going. it's a shame, but they're telling him, you know, I want to stay and fight for my place. You're not going to fight for your place. You're not going to get it. I think it'll be solid, whatever combo with Rodon, TM, Borneo, be all. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Remember, we are selling to fund more players. We'll sell a few, yeah. Stack. Hi, Jer. Which of these fringe players do you think deserves a chance? No one deserves anything. Earn it. Go into training and give the manager no choice but to play it. You don't give out charity positions. So, on what they've done so far, I think Mills and Linu could very much be in the squad. They've been fine. Probably it, yeah. Messi can go missing in games. Yeah, Daly. He doesn't do the hold-up stuff, but he can finish. Give him a half chance. Aronson. Aronson's been very good, by the way, since he's come in. Over to the left-hand side now. Linu again. He's got Mecha, who should be more central, but he's out wide. Mecha has it now. Goes backwards. I talk out of my arse most of the time, so don't know the difference. Well, I would love Bargy. I think Bargy's a decent player, mate. I think he's probably on a list. I don't think he's probably top of the list. Aronson. Oh, it's a clip ball towards Mecha. Chest it down, overhead. Go on. Oh, still there. Unlucky, Mecha. Bicycle kick was waiting. It was waiting. Peru. So what if he's still here after the window closes? He should have gone in January. Probably, yeah. So, how is Mills getting playtime, but Harry's been loaned out? Harry got playtime in last pre-season. Harry played against AC Milan in Dublin. So, and Harry is playing for Sheffield Wednesday now, on loan. So, you would imagine these lads will go out on loan. Also, Harry's a special player. Matthew Burgess, Sky Sean Bolton down to 10. At the player had something with Gray. Not much in the way. Oh, the chance for... Oh, good save, Alex Kearns. Got in around the outside of Leeds, crossed the end line, but a good save. Those shorts are mental on the goalkeeper's kit. They're beach shorts. They're hanging around the swimming pool shorts. Yeah, Chadwick gets caught with the other end of the park, and they're coming around the back, and it's saved by Alex Kearns. Well done, Alex. It's Suleiman. Good save. Keeps in play as well, more importantly. So Kearns with the ball. Kearns, great save. It was Millie Chip. It really was. Kearns, long ball down the park. Mecha will go for it. Fix it up in the air. Aronson's trying to go a fight for this. Baku gets there. Mills will try and nick it. He fells though. Yeah, fell. See what he was trying to do. They just nicked the ball away. I think Harry getting loaned out is preparation for cementing place. I think you're dead right. Yeah. Johnny said would be a good squad option, but Barca will want him starting. Yeah, I'd say Mills is a special player also. Well, give him time. Let's have a good look at him. Good season last year, by the way. Doing 21s. But Harry was playing on 21 football at 15. Couple of footer going. Jake Howard doing 21s looks decent centre back as well. Could be a really strong option in a year or two as well. Big lad. Big lad. Play left centre back as well. Why did we spend 40 million on Trafford? Karen? Stop, will you? How are you, Con? Hope you're well. Mills. Aronson slips it in field. Nanto now in a bit of space. Mills on the left. Messi making the run through the middle. Chadwick on the right. He's looking for Chadwick. Lovely ball through over his Chadwick. Puts it across. It's sliced over the crossbar by Orban. I think it's Orban or Graft. But again, good work again by Nanto. Good work again by Reece Chadwick. Michael says, Jer, I have noticed during the English League Cup matches that they are having hydration breaks. It's only a temperature thing, though. The league haven't adopted it this season. It won't be coming in. But when it's very warm, they will do them. I see you have a profanity filter on Jared. Do we? Nanto, clever play by him. Stack clips the ball in. Creswell, header! Creswell's the crossbar! Oh, unlucky Alfie Creswell. Who said crossbar? Jared, you're miles ahead of us. Miles ahead of us. You're almost watching the third game. Karen's making his case for number 2. I don't think he is live, but yeah. Good header by Creswell. That would have been a great goal for him. And then Nanto with the worst overhead kick you've ever seen. Is it my imagination or is Nanto coming on Who added the intensity this game? Well, I think himself, Aronson, and Mills have added that. Yeah, another shoe. He should try something. 24,000 attendance today because 1.5 stands were closed. Oh, Linu picks up the mixed ball. Heavy touch. And RB have got a bit of space to run in behind now. That really was nice hold and play by Nonto. Good lord, Nonto. Yeah. Through the middle. On the left-hand side now. Red Bull into the penalty area. Up against Chadwick. Played in field. Chance to shoot. Blocked by Creswell. And he smashed it. A great block by Alfie Creswell. Towards Aronson. Won't win that header. And it bounced down the middle of the park. And Elmas picks the ball up for RB. Sean, where do you think we've finished this coming season? I would be very happy with between 10th and 14th. But as long as there's a big gap to the bottom three, I think that's progress. Metcher brings the ball forward for Leeds. I caught Father Jack and it was not shown. Yeah, well, there's a PG channel, mate. Because there are kids that watch the channel. I think we are done with the centre-back transfers for 2 to 3 years, at least depending. Yeah, I think if we can keep everyone, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't lie for a pass, doesn't he? 24,630 in the ground. Thanks, Danny. Is Wednesday too early to play Trafford? I don't know. I might get the second half. Is the scum game 2 hours? Well, no, it's a normal 90-minute game. Pira maybe gets in at the end for tapping like always. That's nearly over now. Nonto loses out. Chance to play the ball into the box. Good block by Chadwick. Played back in the middle of the park to 13 who's field. He goes backwards to the centre back. Play it to the right hand side. Linu gets over to block it. And Callum Mills wins the ball back but loses it. Try and win it back again. Metcha steps in. Mills gets a free kick where RB. Yeah, about PG, you must be joking. No, because it's kids that watch my channel, Sean. There are Leeds fans who are under the age of 18 as well. And I've had plenty of parents contact me and say thanks for being a PG channel. Which it remains to be a PG channel. When I'm at a game, I'll swear till I'm blue in the face, Sean. When I'm off camera, I'll swear till I'm blue in the face. But it's for everybody. It's not just for a couple of lads that want to be, you know, mouthy in the chat. Trafford is eligible post-World Cup tomorrow. Yep, correct. That is true, Matthew. Ball's playing to the box. Headed towards Kearns' goal and goes wide. That should be it. There we go. There you go, folks. Full time for Leeds. Decent run out. Very decent run out for them. I mean, they didn't really threaten us. Well, Alex Kearns makes 2 decent saves, I think, throughout the whole game. Outside of that, very comfortable by Leeds out of possession. You'd like to see a bit more tempo come into it from Leeds, but it's very early for me to be banging on about tempo just yet. But we'll see how it goes. Lightning Gamal says Tanaka, Aronson, and Nonto and Preston the half. I would agree with that as well. Pierre says, my wife says that although I'm an adult, my brain is still a 12-year-old. That's okay. No injuries. Good match. Yeah, decent. Thanks, Rick. Sean, I'm joking, Jer. I do like listening to your channel always and easy watch. Well, I appreciate that, Shawnee, and it's always nice having you here, mate. Right, folks, that'll wrap us up. I think we'll do and dust it. We're done and dusted. Have a great rest of your day. If there's any movement today, we'll have a transfer video tomorrow for you at some point, probably in the evening. And then outside of that, back Monday morning for the Leeds news. If you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. If you do have a couple of seconds to press that like button on the way out the door, it will absolutely help us. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, we do these every single week on bigup.com. Completely free, no adverts. So if you're into that, head over to Big Up. You can subscribe. It's closed at the moment, but I'll let you know when it opens soon. But yeah, thanks for joining me for what appears to be 3 hours today. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Enjoy yourselves. Good luck.